So I think it's pretty safe to run. We'll probably use that after I check if the M240 is working. Camilla says, Beagle, I'd like to apologize again. Interesting. Because I don't think I've ever talked past someone as severely as we did. Okay. Before I remembered you had an entirely different conception of an Armor TVT for me. Oh, that? I may not have remembered if the YouTube algorithm hadn't fed me a bunch of old videos yesterday. Oh. That is the least offensive thing I've ever been apologized to today. That's alright, Camelith. I took 0 from that, and if anything, I felt like I wanted to make sure that I hadn't been annoying to you when we talked. But thank you, Camelith. I appreciate that. Camelith, what do you want to mod about Broken Arrow, Camelith? As prepare another round of applause. He's done it right this time. My goodness, it's happened. Yes! Yes! The 240 Lima has been restrained. Finally, the one problem with Broken Arrow has been fixed. The game's not toxic anymore. Great. Terrific. Alright, now I get to actually go test it. Well, what the hell's going on here, says Brick? We're modding Broken Arrow. Camelot says, I'd like the game to not be bad. I agree. That's such a good idea. I got that part, says Brick. What we're actually doing, Brick, is that I'm, like, doing the usual of my modding streams, which is taking 3 times as long to do simple tasks, because I'm split focus. And we're kind of just hanging out and yapping a bunch. And being a bit cozy, to be honest. My wife says, Sabigo, why do you say MMGs to 800 meter range? Just seeing how it feels as having the MMG, like, be able to do that at that range. Okay, look, can I be real? Look, I always tell everyone don't base off reality, but I did it because it's what I'm used to from Arma. Look, please don't skewer me. That's where I'm starting from, but I'm not gonna keep it if it feels bad, okay? I wouldn't keep it just because that's some kind of reality inspiration. That's just where it started from. Brick said, ew, a realism chaser. No, please don't go away, a realism chaser, no. No, please. Look alive. I've just liked it so far. But I am also making MMGs, like, this isn't BA balance. I am also making MMGs and machine guns not be killers. I'm making them be suppressors, so far, I've liked it, but I've done very little testing. Oh, speaking of testing, I do want to see, first of all, easiest things to check is, did I change this to make more sense? So now, any unit that can shoot these guys in the woods should also be able to be shot back at. Mile Wide says mods give this riffraff a wedgie. I agree, Camelef, that would sure be nice. Yeah. And they can actually see each other at that range too, but they can't see the cab scouts, which is nice. So there you go. Cool. Working as intended. Savage says, we're chasing the realism of artillery kills everyone while infantry sits 6 kilometers away and lays the target. No! No. Vanilla BA is already much more like that. I am actually... Maybe we'll do it today, because it'll be fun to look at. Do that next. I actually want mortars and artillery that mainly suppress you. I want the game to mainly be about suppression in a lot of ways, and I want to have it be more like, you don't kill people with howitzers just randomly, you suppress them. You make this happen. A howitzer lands here, and all the infantry start flashing orange and are debuffed, but they're not dead. They're still fighting. That would be my kind of thing for a powerful howitzer. Savage says, I say that specifically because I know Vanilla BAB, because I'm fucking of you. Damn it, don't fuck with me. You got my ass. Also, it's interesting because I've nerfed RPKs, but Motoshoki is still winning this fight. Because I've made the sword just better, I believe. But then Motoshokis get more RPKs. Well, their DPS is still fine because they get 2 of them, right? But their DPS is still pretty close. Because they have the same stats still, but the RPK I made it fire like 2/3 as fast as the saw or something like that. It's because it's a fucking RPK. So it kind of makes sense. Yeah, second grenade launcher too, yeah, exactly. That also is going to help. Before mech rifles just got turned into Motoshoki on PGE for some fucking reason, or Motobakota, whatever. Yes, mech rifles have the worst kit. They only have 1 GL and 1 saw. Though I'm also making GLs less impactful in the same way that... Well, I just think that's dumb. Again, it was like GLs are just so feast or famine on whether you're good or not as a squad. Which is why Motoshoki... I actually was always mad about Motoshoki, because... Before I looked at that, I was like, hey, what the fuck? Their fucking unit gets double on everything, and mech rifles is just kind of shit as a result. But mech rifle's big thing is that you're getting the AT-4s, of course. But anyway, it's closer. That's fine. Come here, mech rifle MMG. Come turn the fight, mech rifle MMG. Camelo says, if suppression defense increase could come back but be neutralized at close range from building CQB, that strikes me as a better way to do that. I agree. Yes. I agree. The Fs aren't real. What's an F, Camelo? I want the DR curve back, yeah. 4 Fs. Yes, yes. I want to kind of have some of the Fs back. You don't love them, yes. I want the Fs back as much as can actually make for good gameplay. I am very World War II pilled with tactics. Because they're the most fun ones for video games. I like them the most. They're the most interesting as players to interact with. Oh yeah, mech rifle are going to come over and like easily eat your shit. But not as busted now. Like if I get Cav Scouts over here. Find, fix, fuck, fart, damn. Here, we need to mop this up, so whatever, go Killer Egg. Wrap it up, bro. Thank you, Momo, very cool. And then we want MMG to shoot these fuckers. Go my minigun scarabs. Oh, you're right, that is what they are. How does Mech Rifle MMG do in the woods at decent range versus Motostrelki near the max range in a house? I've got it right now where UBGLs are 350 range rather than 400. So they're not UBGLing me at this max range. But if I was a little bit closer, they'd be UBGLing me. So Mech Rifle MMG isn't fully outranging them with their range advantage. But is partially outranging the UBGL advantage of the Strelkies. Yeah, I'm gonna Camel F. I'm gonna give them some flares or some ECM or something. Like, I get why they didn't, because reality or whatever, but like... It's just really annoying to use a helicopter that just is guaranteed dead if you run into any SAM. Just like, okay, well that sucks. I'll probably give them like a few flares or something. But I want to do a full overhaul of how helos are balanced anyway. Okay, so like, they're able to, with the machine guns, and because they're not being hit by the UBGLs, they're able to like both... The 240s are able to suppress at the same kind of rate as the Strelky are able to suppress you. Because the Strelkies are going up 2 RPKs at you. Which is interesting. Wait, they have more stealth mod? Oh, they have 1.75, shit. Mod, hell yeah. The molding mod. Start your code bug mod, I want to watch your changes. Oh yeah, I mean, cool. That's fine. Cav Scouts, you can help if you want. Will they split their fire? Will they UBGL you while hitting them? Oh, cool, yeah! Cool, see, that just works. They're able to just like go, okay, we're still engaging these guys, but you're at range, so we'll hit with the UBGLs. Nice. Cav Scouts, go and advance on the enemy. Use cover. Use cover, it's just like Arma. Go, 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 go! Yeah, oh! Stop it and moving! Oh my god! Get him! Yeah! Get in that building! Yeah! Kill the Motostrelki! Yeah! Fuck him up! I think you need to be like, stop shooting them now. You're suppressing the Cav Scouts. Please stop helping me now. Phasing through the fence just like Arma, that's right! Camlet says, I will make the rats cosplayers Force Recon. I mean, with these modding tools, I could just make top-down rats like a sort of menace if I wanted. Just balance it off that. I mean, the first thing I was going to do when I expanded this test mission was put down our usual shit of like BRDMs and stuff, so I'm basically pulling from that as well. I agree that, like, it'd be nice to make combat more lethal up close. Witch was talking about this. I haven't got into it yet, but it makes sense of, like, I think that's achieved with penetration, is what LBW said. LBW said she's done a lot of work with penetration. You know, studying penetration. I'm making a bad joke here, sorry. LBW just said she'd change her penetration numbers to achieve something like that, where you make it so that at max range of effective range of the weapon, you're not really doing much damage to each other. But then as you get closer, obviously, you know, a simple concept. As you get closer, your pen is going through armor you're actually killing. That's probably going to be the way to go, to have it be that, like, okay, at normal ranges, the fighting has this longer TTK I want, but then once we get in close, you're killing each other pretty quick. Because otherwise, there's not a lot of point to the fine fanic, fluck. Jesus, I'm not doing this on purpose, sorry. You know what I mean. There's not really much point to a close assaulting if you don't get that gain out of the close assault. Then it's just like, I'll just stay at range and it'll just take longer and this game sucks now. Bad Witch says I did 3 to 10 instead of the 15 to 20 they use. That makes sense, yeah. Did the tools let you adjust the penetration curves? You haven't looked for that. I don't know.
Scout team standing by.
Pending says, could you also achieve that by changing dispersion to be greater? Yes, and there's many reasons why it may not work. You can change the numbers, but the thing is, the game isn't really balanced around dispersion and accuracy. Like, for instance... Oh, Bad Witch says there's no curve, penetration is linear. For instance, I believe this entire squad here, according to LBW when I asked, there's no individual hitboxing, it's just the whole squad represents a blob. So accuracy, I don't know, in the open, like, maybe. I think if I try it, I would experiment with vertical dispersion, not horizontal, because if it's all one hitbox, horizontal won't help much. But if it's vertical, you could enforce a certain, like, miss rate, I suppose, with very careful tuning and testing of, like, flying over the hitbox would be more capable of doing it in like a way that feels kind of immersive and makes sense. But the other part of that then is that because buildings, any round that hits a building hits the squad, you can't really rely on that to balance your TTKs with buildings. But I suppose there is a way around it though, if I tried that, would be the buildings give you DR. So the trade-off would be you're getting raw, dumb DR, but you're getting hit all the time in buildings. Whereas at range, if you're not in a building, you know, shots are dodging, missing you more. That's already happening, just not in a super noticeable way. Mile Wide says, Beagle is literally a rectangle that gets bigger horizontally for every square member by 1 meter. Yeah. Yeah, and as Mile Wide says, your hitbox gets smaller as mans die. Yeah. So there is a way that you could approach that and try, but it would need a lot of testing because it would really depend if you can get it feeling good in practice, because it's not going to be, like, super intuitive otherwise with inaccuracy. But I think with vertical, there's like a possibility there that you could make it feel right, even though under the hood it would be kind of whack. I do think that the penetration thing just works, and really just ends up giving you the same kind of effect much more reliably. It'd only be if I wanted to try and balance the whole game based on some kind of like other weapons like vehicles as well, off this kind of accuracy system. But the game isn't really built for it. But then, you know, with vehicle weapons, you know, you can't, like, change the penetration to be like, alright, well, my tank round isn't really penetrating your armor at this range. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, well, like, against an infantry. And that's the case where more if I wanted to have infantry at range be safer to a tank, I would have to then be like, alright, we're gonna up the dispersion vertically, I think. My says you'd have to rescale the whole Penn Valley range to accommodate a bigger range of small arms. Yes. Yes. It would be a huge undertaking. It's a cool idea. I don't know if the juice is worth that squeeze. But, you know, maybe something there. I think I should start playing with the penetration thing sooner rather than later and just use that as my, even if it's just my simple solution for now. It'd be pretty quick to do, and like Bad Witch said, just do the 3 to 10 instead of 5 to 15. And we'd probably very quickly see what Bad Witch is talking about. Maybe we do it now. Of combat not being so bad at long range, but still being lethal up close. And again, I mean, you know, they killed them pretty fine. I also don't need CQB to be lightning fast. I'm happy with CQB being slower. It just should be much faster than blinking. Milewise says, that's why I'm interested in scaling burst length for range. Oh, like you want to have them choose how much they fire based on how far away they are? I really doubt you can do that, but that is a cool idea, yes. I wish. Combat mission, broken arrow. Yeah, hell yeah, I wish. So that's done. That's all working. The fighting itself felt okay. I want to try it again with the rifles here, because the whole idea for me was to be like, I want to see, like, Modestroki normally beats mech rifles, but I want to see if you pair a mech MMG plus mech rifles and the scout all in a good strategy, if you can basically, like, rinse this squad without really taking casualties. That's kind of my goal, is rather than just being hitting each other with stat sticks, it's more like strategy using your tools correctly. That's what I want to hit. Yeah, right now it's just kind of like a min-max mile wide. Unfortunately, it's It's burst min, burst max, and that's just how it goes. Alright, so we've got our MMG here who provides suppression. We've got our mech rifles that'll shoot. So we'll start at max range. Tank with them. When the Motor Shrelkies see them to engage them. Oh, wait. This is that thing I was talking about before where... Oh, you can't see me even though I can see you. This is because I fucked with the Fog of War stuff, right? I don't, like, again, I still don't think this is, like, a good thing. Like, it's an edge case that I don't want to have happen. Because it's just not intuitive. But I'm trying to understand exactly why it's happening here. Because what I changed is how far you can see through woods and also how far you can shoot through woods. But those are the same number now. So what seems to be happening here is that they just don't have the optics to see you through the back of the trees at all. Because you're just behind too many trees and they're not in the forest. If they were in the forest, they'd see me. But because it's like unequal like that, maybe because in a building you're easier to see too, I don't know. Than in the woods. Like, how close do I have to get before you see me here? How bad's the damage? Not far. But it is a problem that I have to think about. Yeah, because it's squad size, my wife says, they're scouting. No, I know that's the problem, is the Cav Scouts are spotting. But then, it's interesting that the flash, the noise made by the mech rifles, isn't big enough to allow the Motor Strelky to ever see them, even though they're being shot at. Like, what I would want intuitively is that the Motor Strelky, maybe they can't properly see where the mech rifles are, but they see the Traxxas coming in, they know they're being shot from the woods, so they just start area suppressing the woods. That's how it would play out in my mind. And so the fact that that doesn't seem to be happening there, I need to, like, figure out, okay, how do I fix that edge case there? That's not great. Ronaldo says, I was in the other room, and every time you said mile wide, I think you said my wife, and was like, wow, Jams has a lot of broken arrow opinions. Nathan did the same thing, yeah. Anyway, so that's an edge case we got to keep in mind and fix that. This is what I mean by the fundamentals. Like, I wouldn't want to move on too far from balancing this seriously until I've fixed edge cases like that, because then it's just tech debt. Or it's balanced debt, really, it's balanced debt. We can get around that by just sending the mech rifles up on their own and see what happens. For now. Des says, are the mod tools public or is it private testing kind of thing? So, Badwitch said free-for-all, I think. Badwitch is here to confirm. Okay, they're tanking. But I believe it's free-for-all. I don't think there's, like, any public place to download them right now, but, you know, at the very worst case, you can just talk to me on the Discord and I can pass it to you now, I think. I believe Badwitch gave the blessing, and I think Nathan has as well for Nathan's tool. I had to double-check with Nathan. Yeah, I mean, that's looking a lot better than just losing here. Like, the Motor Strelky aren't dying too quick. They'll die quicker now they're getting suppressed because of the reverse curve. But everyone's having a good fight. We're getting suppressed back now by the Motor Strelky. It's playing out over a long time scale, even with the curve like this. The 240L isn't just killing them, it's doing its job of suppressing. And now, if I wanted to be cute... Oh, I should have had them in place. If I want to be a cutie, hang on, go back in the smoke. I can switch aggro, basically. I can have the mech rifle MMG. Take the heat instead if I can get them to stop shooting these guys. I think, look, seeing more through woods might be making smoke also more. Yeah, because smoke is just like woods in a can, I think. So, it also has unintended effects, the forest change with smoke, I think. But then, yeah, I mean, then I switch over aggro to the mech MMG. Now that they're already suppressed, they're doing, like, no damage to the mech MMG at that range. And then I could sprint, I can send them in. I swap aggro, basically, MMO shit. I go in there, I hold fire in the MMG so I don't hit my buddies. Let the mech rifles finish them off, and that's that. Don't shoot your buddies! Stop shooting your friends. Hold your fire! I like it, you know, this is the kind of thing I like. I love this shit. I love my fine flicks, flank fuck. I love this shit. Badwitch says, are the mod tools public or is it private? Yeah. Badwitch is not yet. I don't see why I can't share it. I'm just trying to improve or do more of it as a whole. Yeah, I believe what you're saying to me, Badwitch, was, very understandable shit of, like, you know, you want to, like, get it better before you publicly release it, like, announce it. So I think if you wanted to play with it now, Destroy, my understanding of Badwitch's wishes is you can ask me, Destroy, in Discord, and I can pass it to you, and that way, you know, anybody who takes that offer up from me I'm actually the one responsible for any tech questions and showing you how to use it, rather than it being... This is the classic thing of modding and making any tools, is you make a cool tool that you want, and then someone's like, can I have it? And you're like, no, it's good off my nose, sure. And then that person is like, hey, I need you to explain how this works to me. And then, you know, next week you're tech support for 50 people, and you don't get to work on the thing anymore. Definitely something to avoid. So go through me instead, perhaps, and I think that works better. Yeah, Badwitch says I can just publish whatever I have ready on Sunday. I already told some people that I would give it to them, so why not? Yeah, hell yeah. Thank you again, Witch and Nathan. It's so cool to do this. So I like that. The numbers feel a lot better, especially once the 240 isn't so busted now. It feels way better. I wonder how their DR works. Like that damage was halved, but that felt like more than halved damage in effect. So I wonder if, like, how does the damage resistance calculation work? Is it like the smaller the number gets, nothing's getting through? Like if you're doing 1.5 with the 240L, but then you turn it down to 0.5, are you now, like, I'm not going to try to talk that out. I think someone knows what I mean. It's like the thing in XCOM where it's like, if you have simple DR there, if you have armor that stops 5 damage and your gun does 5 or 6 damage, then now your gun has only 10% of its damage because it's only getting 1 through. But if you shoot it with a gun that does 10 damage, you're only having your damage halved. I wonder how the calculation works is what I mean. Is it additive, multiplicative? Because that felt more impactful than just halving the damage, honestly. Mile says, no, armor is just percentage based in BA. But not just armor, but also... Oh, I didn't think of armor either. But yeah, not just armor, but also building DR is what I meant there too. I didn't think of how it might interact with armor though, that's true. Yeah. I don't know, it felt good though. I think maybe I just lowered the damage even more than yeah, because didn't I halved the damage, right? From... Didn't this say 1.2 DPS before? Or was that just the damage number? No, that was the damage number? No, yeah, it said 1.2, but then I lowered the damage from 1.5 to 0.75, which is half. Probably because like I changed the rate of fire or something. I don't know, it's just... Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's weird. This is more than I halved it by. You must have more than halved it, because yeah, it was 1.2 PS. Yeah, but I didn't, that was the funny thing. I swear it was 1.5 and I put it down to 0.75. Dunno, weird. Anyway, don't really care because it works the way I want. I'll learn that when I need to. What's next? We just took like 2.5 hours probably to replace what I'd already done before, and I just yapped a lot the rest of the time. Do you want to do something fun like mortars? What was I going to do? I was going to do mortars. What was the other thing? Penetration. I was going to change penetration as well. Have you buffed M2s yet? It's so funny. Let's do that next, actually. Yes. Sorry. That sounds fun. So funny. That is the exact next thing I did after this point when I was doing this last time with the live build Camelef. I'm kind of redoing what I already did on live build on the PTE build now because I switched over. Yeah, I fucking hate how shit M2s feel in a live game. Let's do that right now because I already have the changes. I just gotta steal them. 50 cals actually do damage, says DOS. To vehicles, yes. To infantry, I still want to keep it as the thing of like, their main value is suppression. But also, it's a fucking 50, so yes, I think they also get to like do some damage. But I still want to avoid the thing of like, you bring a couple of M2s to a fight and you just kill everyone in the building in like 20 seconds. What about stingers? Haven't touched them yet, but yeah, probably. Helo balance. I've always thought of Helo balance for years now. The problem with them is that they are balanced like stat 6, but they're really unfun to use, so they're just unfun for both players. They have shit agility, so you can't do fun finesse things with them like you would imagine cool helicopter shit. But then their stats are so busted that they're so hard to kill, and they get better because of their flare ECM. They get a lot of effective HP by comboing RNG mechanics of flares with evasion, with ECM, with just having high armor and health. And they're fighting things that don't get ECM, and often have worse health and armor than them. So that's why helicopters always fucking just 1v1, 1v2, 1v3 obliterate their counters, quote marks, AA in the game. And I think the opposite would be more fun to try, where helicopters are actually quite fragile, but they are a lot more finessey. They're like the micro unit that all the elite players want out of the jets. It's like, no, you don't get that with the jets, but you get that with, or the bombers, but you get that with helicopters instead. Use these. Like, that's why one of the first things I did is I took away the fucking helicopter low altitude mobility penalty, because that just feels shit. Camelot says give them 25% cover negation. That is exactly what I did, Cameleth. That is exactly what I did to M2s. I'll show you what I did to M2s. We're gonna just copy it over. So this is PTE. Where is my live? Here is the live ones. Same brain, yep. Because I got 10% cover pen on 7.62s on the 240 Limas there. I just gave 50s 25, yeah. Here it is, actually. I'm still sitting on it. Bullet 12.7 times 99. Is this infantry? This looks like me. Yeah, I buffed into 1,000 range. This looks like me. There might be other ones, though. Hang on. Also, the thing about helicopters is not only is it just shit for everyone, but it also kind of unfairly values the Russian helicopter design and stats in this game of we made it out of a brick of stellinium. And all of the, like, American helicopter doctrine of, like, here's a little flimsy helicopter that's super agile and hides behind things. Like, fuck you, you're dead. But then you fly, like, fucking entire blobs of Russian helicopters over, like, M2 machine guns and shit. And they just eat the M2. And they're like, fuck you, middle finger. Actually, you can't come in. I lost... That was a strong breaking the camel's back moment. Do you all remember, if you watch the BA streams, that time on... What's the map? Airbase? Airport. Airport, on the right side of airport, like towards the Woods Park Boulevard City side, when I had a fucking like V3 SEP or something, maybe even 2 vehicles like that, with like 2 M2s each, and like a KA-52 like flew on top of my fucking SEP and just sat there for like 5 fucking seconds eating M2, and like I was like losing that fucking fight, and then the fucking KA-52 was just like, I'm gonna leave now actually, bye. I just lived. I love that. No, you can't hear the spite in my voice. I'm not still mad about that. Fucking 6 months later. I'm not still mad. Don't put it in the newspaper that I'm mad. Okay, yeah, it is that top one. Fucking hell. Fuck, that made me so mad. I was so angry. Let's check for the start which ammo we want to use. Like, have they changed this in PTE? I don't think so. Logan Stream was so mad. I was so mad. So angry. It's fucked up because helicopters and jets are the 2 of my favorite things in, like, military shit. And this game somehow makes me hate them. Using them, less so of jets, but with helicopters, and facing them. I just fucking hate them. They're just so unintuitively frustrating and annoyingly balanced. They're disgusting. 12.7 by 99. Okay. Now don't distract me, let's get something done. Waldrick says, did you try just being better? My bad. Radio fuse. Interesting. So this is PTE, close to configs. So by default it's 1.0. Is this the same? Same? Same. Yeah, we do. Thanks to little Bad Witch in chat, Philip, and thanks to Nathan. Okay. See, that's an interesting question, because don't distract me of it. I'm going to ask you all to talk about it, not me. If Maud's still here, this is good bait for Maud. But Neko says US helicopters need a lot of stuff to go right to pull off a flank, while Rust helicopters kind of just ignore A and win the flank. Yeah, or I ended up just playing, like, meta slave, like, just buy 30-point kegs and just do a suicide flank. But here's the interesting thing. I want Russia to be good and interesting too, just not in the dumb way it is in the game. And my question for all of you would be, now that we have mod tools, without just making the size the same, while keeping the asymmetric balance, how would you balance Russia? Because I think everybody knows of America. It's like, okay, they got the high tech, they got javelins, they got stealth planes, blah, 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 blah. We know. If we're Western fucking biased people, we know what we want US to look like, I think. How do you do Russia to not be so kind of like dumbly done, I think, as it is in the game as stands in a lot of ways, like with the Stellinium helicopters, but still give them like a fair advantage, but don't just do the thing of like, they just like do meat wave spam like with clown cars. And my thing so far would just be like still be cost effective, but like have the overall game still be about, you don't want to just sacrifice units, but just be more like, okay, you get 2 units that are, the cost of 1 US units, with like, at least with their specs that aren't meant to be high tech, like Moto or whatever, or sorry, not mech. Shit mech, I mean, not guards mech. But then, they are legitimately powerful units used together like that in teamwork, and then you are getting the economic benefit of spreading your investment out and all that shit. I think, like, I don't want to do meat waves. I don't want it to be, like, cheaper as in just spam them. But I do think it'd be interesting to do an asymmetric of they are cheaper, and that allows you to micro them in concert in Combined Arms Warfare to achieve maybe even better than what a single US unit on its own can do. Like, for instance, with the Menace thing, you can do the same thing here that Menace does, where with Menace, if you put all your eggs in one basket and the game is modded to not be too easy, it doesn't matter if your squad is super sick of all the best guns and armor. If they get suppressed, that squad is still suppressed and can't really do anything. Same thing here, where you could have the best Rangers ever for US with all the cool toys, but as long as they still get suppressed and suppression matters in the overhaul that we're doing, then you can also just have them get suppressed by a PKM, and now the PKM plus Motoshoki just wipe the Rangers because the Rangers are suppressed and can't really do much on their own. That's the kind of thing that I think would be interesting as an asymmetric cost-effectiveness balancing for at least some of the Russian specs. But I haven't thought about it much yet, that's just my first thought, you know? Because I think it's just lazy design to just be like, oh, just spam Russia. Like, don't just spam. Spam's bad for any faction. And it's also like kind of, I don't know, like it kind of gets old at a certain point to ever just be like, oh, Soviet tactics, human wave. It's like, well, I mean, there's a little bit more to it than that. Sometimes. Marmite says, the RU spec designs speak well for themselves. Let Guard be good at force concentration. Yup. Let Mech flood the board. Yup. And play defuse and put objective pressure. Yup. Let VDV be good at working random angles of mechanized shit. Yup. I mean, they've got some nice airdroppable mech, yeah. I fucking always will remember my first time fighting BMDs in Arma 2 and being like, what the hell is this little clown box? Let Coast be flexible and okay at everything. Yep. Let Motor be the tempo demons. Let Home Defense be the flank security specialist. Yeah, it all sounds good to me. But then versus US, because I think you can say a lot of... I think what you just said you can say about US as well. So my question is asymmetrically, Maud, US versus Russia? But then Maud says it's a much more clear-cut thing than US where every spec is good at playing its entire gimmick. Interesting. Explain, what do you mean compared to what you just said above? Like, you wouldn't say that, like, Armored is also good at force concentration of, like, expensive stuff? I guess, because they have Bradleys and mech rifles. I guess. I don't know, talk more about it. I like your words. Meanwhile, Browning time. 1.0. Stress damage went way the fuck up. Yeah, we put that up to, like, 60. 60. 60 stress damage. When you get shot at by the Browning, you are not happy. What did I make the 240? I don't know, this felt good when I tested it. We'll just bring it down if not. At a certain point, there's no substitute for just like trying a number, seeing if it feels good, and then just going, okay, nice, that works. Rather than spending like 20 minutes calculating, oh, is this balanced? Just like do it in 5 minutes and just be like, oh, cool, that's fun. Nice, stick with that. But then again, you know, it should still fit into a cohesive design, otherwise you're STB. Stress damage 60, pen 40 to 20, sure, for now that's fine. I put up to 50-30. Oh yeah, I buffed the pen. Not the damage, but the pen, that's right. I always thought that was the problem with the M2. They do fine damage, I think. It's just the pen sucked. I don't know. That might be too much. I haven't tested it much yet. Yeah, Russia having like all the artillery I think is also a good asymmetric thing. Whereas you can make US rely a bit more on their high-tech shit like stealth bombers and JDAMs and shit. Yeah. I like that. Give the M2 indirect fire, you know you want to. I don't even know how I would. Good question. Make it fire like a mortar. 50 min range to the ground range. Okay, next is... No damage fall off. Top armor attack. Top armor attack. Health AoE radius, stress AoE radius. Okay, 0 to 6. This went down a bit. You can have your suppression radius back, I think, as a treat. What else we got? Overpressure. Yes, the M2 should overpressure you. Radio fuse distance. So I guess this is like near miss. Grace. That's interesting for the whole dispersion thing. I wonder if you took this away from weapons like this, if they'd be way less effective at just killing infantry at range. Stuff to play with later. Not right now, but interesting. Like critic multiplier. Is this for inflicting malfunctions? An easy way to check would be get an AT4. Critic multiplier 98. Okay, yeah, so that's your chance to inflict crits. Interesting. What other weapons should spam crits? What if the 50 cal crit the fuck out of you? What if infantry could be crit? Problem is that helicopters don't have crits. I wish they did. I wish you could inflict mobility crits and like crash land a helo. Which is another thing I said about them is like the shit they fight can be crit like ground AA, but I don't think you can crit like the weapons or optics or any behavior on a Hilo or a Jet. I don't think you can. You should be able to. Because the problem with Hilos, as I said to SDB, is it's not even a problem that you can't kill them quick enough. It's that they just fight through damage. They don't give a fuck about suppression, really. They don't give a fuck about getting malfunctions. So you hit them with a stinger, and at that point, that's fine, but then the helicopter should be going, oh fuck, I gotta run. But then the toxic meta was, I don't give a fuck. Like, you take a stinger hit, you just kill them. You just kill the AA. Imagine if you could crit the rock bots on a Hilo. Battletech. My White says US specs specialize along different lines where Armored has infantry that's good for wide span but tanks for force concentration. Striker is a medium weight skirmishing all-rounder. Where it's more about how they do something rather than what they do. Interesting. So you'd say that US is like more flexible in general no matter what combo, like more all-rounders. Whereas Russian specs are or should be like more laser focused on what their theme is. That does fit, like, I think, cutely to real-world doctrine ideas, I think, as well. So that's cute. Philip says, Russia's identity in vanilla is a lot more defined by lacking utility as well. And is that what you'd keep it as? Like, do you have any... If you could change it now that we can, is there anything you'd do? You got any ideas? Because I'm kind of blank slate on that right now. It doesn't really bother me yet. I don't feel a big need to change things from specializations rather than just remove cruise missiles at this point. And stuff like that. I don't hate any of the specs. Oh, like, US, I'm gonna like revert the stupid Guardian stuff, but I don't really hate a lot of the specs, honestly. Like, I think the specs are fine in general. I never hated them. I think they're cool. 12.7. Pen. Pressure. Critics is cool, yeah. Trajectory type. Oh, maybe that's how you get top indirect fire M2s. Mid-range, ground range, yeah, 1,000 range M2s, because why not? Remember it's doubled, so that's 1,000. You can set a separate low out range. Wait a minute. Why in vanilla is it 500, 500, implying it can shoot helicopters, but in PTE... Am I looking at the wrong thing? But in PTE, there's 0 low out range. Does it just default to your ground range, or are you not allowed to shoot helicopters now? It must default. That's weird. I'll try to keep that in mind when to see if that's how it works in game. That's odd. High out range. Explosive velocity. I haven't fucked with that yet. Speed acceleration. This is fun for missiles. Dispersion, is that the same? 5.3, 2.7. Yes. Generate smoke. Make all the impacts of an M2 pop smoke clouds. That's for smoke mortars, obviously, right? Oh, you can change the radius, duration, and duration. Fade duration, that's nice. Perhaps those values are only for planes as Camelef. No, because there is stuff where it's different. There is stuff where ground range is different to low out range on ground units, like Pivads and stuff. Fletcher, I think, even. Vampire, sorry, as Killjoy must be feeling a twitch. Laser guided. Bad Witch says some ammos don't have a low out range because the other ammo does. Oh, I've got to keep that in mind. Do M2s... I think M2s only have one bullet, right? They only have AP. Countless of them more meant low and high. Yeah, well, if we give the M2 high out range, you can shoot down planes. Why not? Let people have fun. Secret angle, max secret distance. This is all... Ignore at that point, I think. For this weapon type. Okay, cool. So then I want to go to the weapon itself. It'd be fun to get the Browning Incendiaries. Super Browning. Speaking of which, here we are. HMG M2 Browning 12.7 Infantry. I couldn't find this thing for ages because I was looking for like .50, 50 cal. It took me a while to remember it's 12.7 times 99 is how they list it. So I think I changed these numbers as well, right? Go from the top is always easiest. Auto loaded, priority on chassis, vertical launcher, under barrel. Vertical launched M2. Aim time. I've upped the aim times a lot on everything to fit my disgusting, slow-paced game. That's the vehicle one. I'm liking it so far. I know a lot of people will hate it. Here we go, infantry. So it takes 4 to 7 seconds for this thing to even open up on you. For a start. Alright. Multi-target tracking, simultaneous tracking, no. Machine on the move, sure can't. Stab quality, was playing that before, haven't taken it to PTE yet. Flash per shot 0.4, blah blah blah, haven't changed that. Mag size 40, yeah, otherwise it was running out pretty quick. Reload time, we up it to quite a bit more, almost double. Shots per burst, min max 4 to 8, 4 to 8, I left that as standard for now. But time between bursts, I changed it. By default, it's like firing a lot quicker. And I felt like it was a bit much. So I think we're going to put that up to 2.0. We'll see how it feels. 2.0 and 3.0. Because it's firing more anyway. I think it might just be aesthetic, but it felt good. Time between shots in burst. We did increase that, or I increased that. And then the rest is normal. Oh, you know what I forgot? Cover penetration. Hang on. I know I forgot the cover pen. I must have scrolled over the top of it. Where was that, buddy? Ignore cover. Oh! I guess I hadn't done it yet. I thought I did. Maybe I'd only done it for vehicles so far. Anyway, I'm gonna give it some. Destroy says, how about giving infantry ATGM teams the irrelevant HE missiles too? More to nightmare. More says, for 1, you're buffing them against many light vehicles to get one shot by that stuff. Yeah, and for 2, fucking... I despise the meta of engineers are the best anti-infantry because they just play rocket tag with like HE and thermobarics. And I would like that deleted. I would like that fired. But I do like them existing, just not as the thing you just use to kill in old times. Like, I think what I did with thermos in the old build, which I'll transfer to here, is like with the M72 A10, the FFE law. I think I lowered it so it wasn't so cracked, but then I gave it like 25% cover ignore, so that it's a bunker buster, right? And that could probably go up even more. Malawai says, for example, did you know that a naked striker gets one shot by HE corners on the side? I believe it. Philip says, RU decks don't really have Humvees, cheap utility helos, or wheeled supply, unless you're specifically VDV or Moto. Not sure if it's a good way to differentiate faction identity. Well, I mean, you know, US doesn't have that always either. I feel like you could say that for US too. But anyway, like, I'm with you until you say unless VDV or Moto, but then it's like, yeah, but like, that's like half the US specs too, isn't it? Anyway, not sure if it's a good way to differentiate faction identity, though, because it's quite hard to quantify how much of a disadvantage the lack of utility is. No, it's a good suggestion, though, because we can make it that. We can make it that. But I agree, though, Camel, if it couldn't be me not taking the HE armor changes. Weapons 0.25. Okay, yeah. Focus. So... we're just going to do what we want. Ammo. Ignore cover. We're just going to try 0.25. It's kind of hard to judge TTK right now till the suppression stuff, but it's fine. Give it a try. Might be too strong. Whatever. I do want M2s to be good. I'd rather make M2s accidentally too good and revert later than spend a year trying to make them better. Because, God, who the fuck uses M2s? Who the fuck has ever used an M2 team in Broken Arrow? Who has time? I remember when I first played Broken Arrow, I was so naive. I was like, oh, I'm going to have like M2 weapon team supporting my infantry pushing, like all this shit. I played the game, I was like, hey, what's that shadow in this coming from the sky? What's that whistling noise? Oh, my base of fire is set. Wait, what are those missiles flying towards me? Why are there 3 of them? Yeah. Simpler times. Anything else I want to change? I think that's... okay for right now. I'm just going to do it for vehicles as well. Because I also want to test it on those M2 Humvees as a base of fire as well. 12.7. This is ammo now, yeah. 2.7. Where is it? I must have gone past it. No, it's the same bullet but different weapons. That's right. Yes, it's the same bullet for vehicles. Which is not how the rest of the game works, funnily enough. But we have different weapons. So we have to find the vehicle version of the Browning is what I was looking for. No, not the IIR. Leave me alone. You can't make me like the IIR. M2 Browning, there we go. I'm just going to set the exact same stats for the vehicle ones for now in, I think, most ways. So it is 2 to 3 bursts. Time between shots and bursts, 0.4. I think I'd lowered that. Yeah, I'd lowered that. Going up from the bottom now. Magazine size up to 40. The rest... Stabilizer quality would actually matter, but I'm not going to fuck with that. That changes balancing a lot. Not going to fuck with that yet. Aim time! Put that up as well. Arguably, you could say, like, oh, it should be better because it's a vehicle. I don't give a fuck right now, frankly. Worry about it later. And I think that's all. And now we should have M2s that are what I was playing with before, so let's try it. Dongo. Okay. Let us do the thing again. So I need to commit some Git. It's been a little while. I've been naughty, not committing to my Gits while I'm on stream. Naughty boy. Replicating live build, modding to PTE still. M2. M240L changes. M240L changed to 762 times 51 MGT1MO. That was an important one. Keep in mind. Commit, bro. Push those changes. Let us do the encryption process again. BA strategy, PTE, JSON. So we copy this. I'm only saying it out loud because otherwise I will get distracted and fuck it up again. Bam! Encryption. Goes in here. Goes in there. We encrypt it. We bless LBW and Nathan once again for giving this to us. Thank you. Boomba. Output goes into the mods folder, gets renamed, imported in. I show you Nathan's tool while we're waiting. This time. Because it's fucking cool. We finally get to look at it, I think. Import. Database compiled. Save. Alright, while that's cooking off, let me try and show you this tool. Because it's really cool. First time using the EXE version, so give me a sec, it'll load up. But I've used the HTML version, it is very cool. It makes this job a lot easier. It's hard to load because... it's hard to load because fucking... I'm doing the thing, hang on. I'll just show you the HTML version right now, okay? Because the EXE is going to be hard because I'm doing the modding. As we speak. Let me open the folder. Ba-dum. We're doing uploading this one. Yeah, sure. Upload. Alright, have a look at this shit. Get this into ya. This is Nathan's, like, squad editor thing. It's really fucking cool. So, like, what's something you want to change? Maud, hit me. What do you want to change? What do you want to change, Maud? Give me an example. I don't have my examples on here right now, but, like, you know, here's Airborne, right? We have different modes here. There's, like, shit in the way because it's, like, frozen in my other program. Try to ignore this. But you have, like, build a squad, which is, like, I think higher level, like, I can go, okay, I want to have... Def already is changeable here too, like, okay. My ally says, okay, give pull Mechki PKP a fucking smoke grenade now. I actually don't know if you can do that in this. I think that's in the new version. I think the new version lets you do that. I don't know if this one does. Oh, well, you know what? Fuck it. The mod tool just finished anyway, so I can just run the EXE now. Hold on. We'll see if the new version has it. I've only fucked around with, like, squad members and weapons so far. But let's go to the squad redditor. Squad redditor, oh god. Squad editor, roster editor, EXE, run this. I am not part of a botnet now. Microsoft Defender, recognize an unknown app. It's fine, Microsoft Defender. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Open folder. Go to Go to BAMs. Time, go to BAMs. BA strategy, PTE JSONs. Upload that folder. Yes. Okay. Bring the beat back in. So, what do you want? You want Polmechki? Fucking Russian player? What do you want? Polmechki PKP. Let's see if we can do abilities. I believe they said we can change abilities here now. I hope so. This is good for me to learn. Oh, you can change what spec it's in immediately. Hey, we can take all like the shit they cut from Marines, like the Tomcat and the Navy SEALs, and put them in the game now, I just realized. Hey, I think the Tomcat's in the game. I think there's an F-14, and I know there's Navy SEALs. We can make Miller a unit. Anyway, you pick your specs, I guess, and add them to it. You got your cost, got your type, and your tab. Where are these different? Oh, because that's actually in-game, and this is what tab they're in. Interesting. I wonder how you do transports. Anyway, that's Dunza. Okay, but there, like I said, you can change the numbers around. Come back. Of how many there are, but how do we do abilities? I think you go to the other tabs, I would imagine. I don't know. I don't know if we can do smoke mod. I don't know. We can do it in the game, I mean the JSONs, but I don't think we can do it here. But this is how you would like add and remove different archetypes. This is how you change what weapons you have, or what special weapons you have. This is how you change the death priority. This is how you change what ammunition they're running with, so you can change how much ammo they come with, as we saw before. Is it build a weapon? Oh, no, it's... Oh, shit! Oh, this would be like... Nice, it does this now. This is all the stuff I just did in JSON, but like maybe way more convenient. Oh, cool. That might save me some time. Fuck yeah. And then ammo would be the same, I imagine. 0.7. Yeah, cool. That's sick. I don't know how to do the abilities, though. They said... I think they said you can change abilities here, but I don't see how. Alright, so you have to give me something that isn't an ability mod, because I don't know how to do it in here. I mean, you don't have to give me anything, because I just showed you how it works anyway, so... We've already looked at it. We've looked at the tool. Oh, it's going good, Rainbow Monk. It's going good, thank you. How are you going? What is someone else says something? Silimax says Rangers rolls, but through Javelin. See, like, that's easy. That's easy, baby, because then we just go to... I think they're called Rangers Moors. Just go to here. Okay, so there's your Rangers Moors. I think they also show me how to do, like, different, like, new loadouts, but I don't do that right now. But, like, who's got a Javelin then? Just go to Rangers. Just go to Rangers Javelin and go to Build a Soldier. And you just straight up be like, okay, here's Javelin LCW. Okay, boom, thanks Ranger Javelin. Oh, fuck. That's it. It is quite literally that easy. In 5 seconds, you have made the most overpowered AT unit in the game. It's very simple. And you can change the death priority and everything. That's all it is, right? Pretty fucking cool. Because this tool, if you do it in the JSONs, there's more to it, of like having to link stuff together like you saw before. But if you do it in this tool is set up to automatically take care of those linkings for you, I think. And it worked for me before when I made those fucked up Rangers and Raiders pictures I showed you. I made them with this tool. Mama says, Javelin in range back to 200 meters. Forest shotgun and be gone. I can be trusted with this power. Wait, you'd raise it? Did they lower it? Oh, yeah, they put it at 100. No, fuck you, though, and here's why. A great way to open any discussion. I haven't yet found how to make the Javelin not... or let the Javelin top attack closer. As far as I can tell, it's just whatever the min range is plus like 300 meters or something. It can't even top attack within that range. So I just got to get rid of fucking min range unless I can find what defines that, because I fucking hate that. I fucking hate Javelins having the Goldilocks zone. But anyway, there you go. It's a cool as fuck tool, goddamn. And it's getting updated like every day. They only just made this like a few days ago. Which was like, I made this modding tool within 9 hours or something. Which is so fucked. It's so fucked, by the way. Like the years, I want to say years since release, but years in pre-release as well, I've been going like, oh, please give us modding support. I hope you give us modding support. Just let us change balance stats. Just let us change it, please. I remember arguing a fucking Sliverine, one Sliverine in particular, just over and over, just arguing the thing of like, why have you given us a fucking modding channel in your Discord, but you won't, like, help us do modding? And they're like, oh, you can do modding. It's in the mission editor, smile. Yeah, that counts as modding when you script things in the mission editor. You make custom missions. Custom missions are modding, Smile. It's like, give us fucking balance modding, please. And it's like, oh, sorry, it's a priority. Modding is a big priority for us. It's a big priority. But, other things first. And then, okay, here's a modding tool in 9 hours, by the way. Here you go. Here's a modding tool in 9 hours, by the way. But we can't have it, no. We can impossibly complex. We're too busy focusing on unquestionably successful changes to the game, like halving AA range. Anyway, this is no longer a stream of spite about Broken Arrow because they can't hurt us anymore. We ignore that now. We ignore that. They can't hurt us anymore. We don't have to listen to how they balance things. Philip says, Beagle, they had to figure out the economy curve first. Yes, they have to get save games in first. I know. They have to nerf the AMPV to 9 seats. They have to nerf the AMPV again for like the 8th straight time since the game came out. And the AMPV needs to be nerfed because everyone uses it. And if everyone uses something, it has to be nerfed. Unless it's cruise missiles or bombers. And that's working as intended. Oh god. Oh god, is the reason they never nerfed cruise missiles and planes because they just look at unit like pick rate or something, and technically you might bring in 10 mech rifles in a match, but you might only get to bring in a jet 4 times. But the jets just always win and trade up hugely and are super annoying to play against. But technically it's like, okay, well mech rifles are clearly more popular than jets. Yeah, Wardrick says people only use 2 nukes a match. That's right, so it's very underpowered. It's very underpicked. Buff them. Buff them, Rico. Syntax Alpha says, my eyes glazed past my second monitor and I thought we were summoning the electric counts. I have no idea who this guy is. Carl? Get this imported. Where is my shit? Philip says, you say that, Beagle, but didn't they post stats where the strap bombers were in the top 10 deployed units, Beagle? Yeah, but listen. A TU-22 is giving insane sloppy toppy to every single person in STB, like, daily. You don't... That's the only other explanation. Otherwise, it's mods Jupiter being. Someone who loves cruise missile and airplay is just, like, vacuuming an STB every day. That's the other explanation. Where's my fucking mod file? I need to get this shit in. Stop distracting me. It's your fault. I'm blaming you. Encryption. God fucking damn it. I can't remember if I imported it or not. Yeah, I did, because we were looking at Nathan's tool. Okay, cool. Then I can just go in now. It should be working. I did the distraction thing again. I'm sorry. Loading. White says, oh no, Biggs, there have been publicly available resource expenditure stats that show top fire support units jump to the top in various metas. Yeah, I mean, the also fucked up thing is they were never necessary. I appreciate a good stats-based approach to balancing when it's, like, not absurd. But also, like, the only tool you need to look at Broken Arrow and see what's fucked up with its balance is, like, eyes and a brain, I feel. I feel like you can just play it, and if you have a soul and, like... If you're, like, capable of, like, being frustrated, you just play this game and you're like, oh, I get it. But, I mean, yeah, like, if you only look at the game through spreadsheets... No, apparently even then it doesn't make any sense. I don't know, it's something. It's something. Give me a M2 team and let me see if the stats changed after all of that. I don't know, the damage... Yeah, pen's gone up, so that changed. Cool, range has gone up. Let's go and shoot some M2s at something. Edit scenario. Philip says, there's a scale model of the TU-22 on the balance team's table, and the team has to meditate next to it for any balance change. It's like Monolith from Stalker. Someone's like, we're gonna nerf cruise missiles, and there's just like this strange Hypnotoad noise from the closet. Everyone looks at it and gets scared. No, we can't upset the statue. M2 Humvee, are you ready for it to be your time? Let's see if you're busted. What's the max armor pen on your 50 now? Oh, fuck if I know. 50, I think? Hey, look, that's why they call it a 50 cal. I don't know, I don't do stats. I'm gonna have to vehicle test that later. Oh, you're through the woods, but because of the squad set again. Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be like annoyingly hard to get the longer sight range in woods without it resulting in weird edge cases. Because with squad sight abuse then. Whether or not that's a thing you want in the game is up to people, I guess, but okay, you should be able to see me now. Oh, but now I can't see you, because I went around the house. Now I should be able to range your AT, because your AT's 350 like of your UBGLs. But shouldn't you be shooting your rifles at me? Is this thing too tough for rifles? It's got 30 armor. I guess, like, the Russians see the Humvee and are like, AK can't touch that, because it's up armor. These things really are like armor, they're too fucking busted. 30's too high for 7.62. Well, they're 5.45. Actually. So yeah, you just change a little thing here and... That's not even changed, that's just straight up, this is just vanilla, like... Except for the range on the AT, like Motorshoki just can't hurt this thing. Beyond their AT range. Camel says, no, it's just the Humvee mod Humvees that are busted. Oh, you're talking about armor, yeah. Well, this is like an armor one now. Now, if I drive in, they should still be able to AT me. The point was to check TTK as well. But yeah, now they're gonna try to AT. I'll just dodge. Ah! You're flashing red suppressed. Shouldn't you be inaccurate? Ah, like that, yeah. My wife says, yeah, that's the secret value of B-Kit in Vanilla 2. You get to bully random recon squads that don't have AT or grenade launchers. I got an ammo crit, so we're reloading slower. You guys gonna AT again? Or no, there's only 2 of you left, so you got a tubes. Oh, you just die now. If I drive up to you, I wonder if your pen gets good enough to go through the armor. Weapon of victory, God's greatest weapon, the M2 B-Kit Humvee. Millions must die to the fucking M2 Humvee. No, 545 is just like, no, it will not be happening. I mean, I didn't even do this, right? This is just vanilla. I just didn't realize that B-Kit Humvees just don't give a fuck against normal rifles. That is kind of funny. I guess it makes sense. I just never thought about it before. I've never been in this situation before, putting a B-Kit Humvee against like a Motostrelki that's out of AT. Extremely amusing to me. Anyway, whatever, go my scarabs. Oh, shit! Yeah, just fucking kill him. Shoot the M2 directly through the wall. Dusky Vito says, I have a direct shot in the gunner, but I'm too scared, he's got armor. No! Alright, I mean, to be fair, M2s are very scary in armor as well. Let me pay more attention to the TTK though, is the main thing. Once they get suppressed, it's kind of fucked because of the reverse curve, but... For my purposes anyway. But... I do want to see how quickly they get suppressed too, compared to a 240. That's like the main thing I can kind of like figure right now. Is how quickly you get suppressed. Marwise says, if anyone's wondering what that 50 max pen does against vehicles, it means you can bum rush a BMT B2 and kill it from front over 50 cals. I legitimately wonder if I want that or not. Again, I would just base it off like reality, not armor, I think. Not armor, armor. Is a BMP2 with no extra kits shit enough that you could like point blank pen it the front plate with an M2? I do not know. Serious question. I'm always stunned how bad the armor on a BMP is the thing. So I don't know. Maybe it is. I would imagine you should really only be able to side plate it, but I don't know. Detroit says point blank yes. Well, there you go. See, I don't mind that working as intended. If you've got your Humvee M2 up to the front of a BMP2 without dying, have fun. Enjoy yourself. I think that sounds like a good time. Gemma says BMD should have less. Oh, BMD would get eaten, yeah. Alright, so how fast duty suppression happen? 145 is when I go off full fire here. The damage isn't too bad right now, considering it's got minus 25% cover for them. It's got 20% cover ped. It's a 50. Like, maybe it's a little bit fast. At this range, I might still want it to be a bit less for just raw damage, because I don't want to just plink to win. Mawai, same deal with the front of an up armored striker. Yeah, fuck that shit. Destroy says IRC, it's only rated against 50 cal from like 200 meters or something. Yeah, great then. Hell yeah. I love to hear it. Okay, now they're suppressed. Fully shocked at me. Now they should be taking the most damage. It's not egregious, it kind of fits in with what I'm going for, I think. It probably is like feels a little bit too good, but... I think the suppression feels right. I think the damage could probably be like 33% less, and I'd be fine with it, but eh. Badwitch says, they disabled BMPs with 50 cal at the front during Desert Storm. Hell yeah. Ship it. But here's the thing, Mod. Before, if it's only 40 mil pen, can vehicles in this game, can M2s not pen the BMP from the front plate? Does it make a difference? Or does it just make them better at it? I don't think they can normally, right? Go on. Yes, you jumped a step. What step did I jump? Yeah, I mean, this is fine. And then if you get the airborne team with 2 in, it's going to be even more effective. And that's why I think, like, this is fine from Humvee as fire support. But it's definitely too good if you consider, like, how many infantry teams get double M2s. I guess you could just rebalance and only have 1, but eh. You could do that. But yeah, that's fine. Badwitch says, I don't think they gave the 50 cal slap rounds though. It's not possible on lives as Malwide. Ah. You could plink him, but also there was like... When did I start that 145? So there's been like over a minute for this team to react and also leave. It's still a little bit fast for damage though. I really want to up the DR on the suppression states. DOS Computer says, aren't the AGLs going to be much better for killing though? Well, we got to get the AGLs. We're going 1 brick at a time here. That's fine. Honestly, it's almost anticlimactic how fine that is. It's like, yeah, last time there was like all this shit about making the M240L change actually work. This time it's like, okay, yeah, it just works. Sure, that's good. We like it. Do we want to like put a mortar in? I wonder. I want to like just kill more Mordostroki, honestly. Go to the editor, put some more Mordostroki in. Give me some tools and let me like try to actually fight this. Let me like actually fight the enemy. I want to understand the enemy. Put Mordostroki in like a bunch of buildings. I'm not giving them weapon teams of their own yet because I'm so mean and evil. Bad Wishes, I'm scared to see what would happen if you gave the infantry a mortar. Yeah, everybody like always asking for that, right? The do the Warno thing of put man-portable mortars in the game. Consider that. You go there, we'll have like 1 there. That was just like, would it fuck the game if you tried to put them in a building and use the audio menu from there? That's the thing I wondered too, is like, yeah. I wondered it from a non-mechanical sense, but from a balance sense, is like, if you could put 60 more mortars in a building, like, is that fucked? Probably. That was just, okay, bet it's time to try. That's the way to go. Let's change this around so I'm not fighting from here. Let's come in from this angle. I guess weather carries a tulpan around. Yeah. Does it do the realistic thing and blow out the building from within? No, it definitely wouldn't do that. Bet my bottom dollar it would just like be like a weapon firing out of it. Let's go a couple of mech rifles. Let's go like 4 mech rifles. Okay. Maybe like 3. How many motor strokes? Is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My goal would be... What would my goal be? My goal would be to be able to win this fight. Or, like, kill these Mordostroki with superior tactics. Jerk myself off. Superior tactics of fire and movement. Without taking so much damage to my mech rifles that I basically would have to just, like, fall back and give up. Without resupply or with resupply? If I do the Humvees, I'll have a bit of resupply, which just makes that way easier. You can do that in live then. So probably without resupply, like, get to the end of this fight without having to resupply to win. I think it'd be interesting. 1, 2, 3. Because all of these squads beat each of my squads individually, like one-on-one, I think. Even the MMG. I think it was just Strelky at close range, obviously. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can like double stack a few as well. Like, there should be double the Strelkies to me, I think, and that'll make it really interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or same point investment, I guess, but whatever. You got that, you got that. I wouldn't mind y'all, like, some of you in this building here. You got some Strelkies here. Philip says, so this work in multiplayer, will the anti-cheat send you to the Shadow Realm? Well, I haven't tested it yet, but I assume that it works now because they said that they've turned off anti-cheat entirely in scenarios for this purpose. They said that month back, right? So I think we should be able to... I can just send these 2 files to someone, like my modified... All that's modified is like data Unity 3D. No, wait, it's just 1 file then. I think all I've modified is data.unity 3D, which is... How big is that file? Out of interest. Broken Arrow data... It's 11 gigabytes, that's huge. So, I mean, that's not going to be a good way to share mods, but worst case, it'll probably work. Otherwise, you know, it's going to be the whole thing of, like, you know, do you have a tool that can, like, make these changes for you? I guess, yeah, that would be fine, because I just send the JSONs over and we do it that way. But basically, beyond getting ahead of myself thinking about that side of it, logistically, I believe we should be able to just have the same files and then get into a scenario lobby together. Anti-cheat won't fuck us, because scenario is, according to Slivery and NSDB, intentionally 0 anti-cheat in scenario lobbies. As long as you launch of anti-cheat disabled as well. And then we just play, and hopefully it works. And I assume it works. We know that you can change your stats in this game and the game doesn't break because fucking cheaters. The people I played against with T15s with fucking unlimited recon. One sec. Let me see. Bum, 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 bum. Like, a few of them is fine. I want some M2 Humvees, please. Maybe I have too many mech rifles. Maybe just like 3 mech rifles, 1 Cav Scouts, which is already my secret weapon here. Couple of MMGs, or like just an MMG and M2. Probably a couple of MMGs. Malwai says, if you applied SP's damage scaling logic, a 60mm mortar would be pretty worthless in BA, so you'd be hard-pressed to break the game of handheld mortars almost no matter what you did with them. Well, my thing with artillery is I want to do more suppression than damage. So I wouldn't really want a 60mm mortar to really be killing people that much, unless you're in a crazy situation. It's more like you are providing some light suppression. Kind of like what we're doing in this mech rifle MMG. I would see it like that, where it's kind of like mech rifle MMG that has like a kilometer or 800 meters of range. Actually, funnily enough, yeah, it would be like similar range at 60mm, I think, to 7.62. So it'd be like indirect fire mech rifle MMG for suppression purposes. Which is an interesting thought. Like, you wouldn't even necessarily use it to suppress on its own. You would be doing it to suppress... to support a fight. What are you up to, babe? Huh? Oh, love you! Oh, babe, going on. Scouts, rifle, rifle, rifle. 3 rifles. And then give me US secret weapon, M2 HMG. Oh, it was right there. Humvee, M240. This thing does have the resupply. Okay. Give it the B kit. How mean, how cruel. Play game. Phase 1, start.
Scout team ready.
You got your recon. Our line, you got our fire support.
Armored transport.
There you go.
Troop transport reporting in.
Go scout, cavalry scouts. I have meta knowledge of where they are, but, you know,
Infantry ready for combat.
act like I don't.
Infantry ready for action. Infantry at your orders. Infantry.
I like testing like this is the end goal because, 1, it's fun for me anyway, but 2,
Infantry reporting in.
it's how I actually tell if a change is good or not.
Lock and load.
Doesn't matter if I go, oh, the M2 was meant to do this in my head, because, I don't know,
Your eyes and ears, sir.
some stupid inspiration.
New
And it does, okay, well, you know, it doesn't matter unless it actually feels fun to play. You are spotted there, so you'll fall back. You can cover while they fall back. I could have hit the sprint, but I didn't. We don't take a lot of damage because damage is so down and health is so up. So we're able to, like, get away from that fight there. Not a problem. And then we know there's fuckers in there now. So bring over my fire support. Fuck them up. Bring up my fire support. Fuck them up. Scouts, go scout this way instead. I would like to put mech rifles in that building. So follow the scouts. We'll send another mech rifle and you to this building. Don't get in the building unless we want to stay in there because it's harder to get out now. Don't shoot yet? Alright, cool. M2 Humvee, you can start plinking. I gotta play like a little bit like not meta here too because I haven't bothered giving the AI any kind of like movement. So they're just gonna sit there. So obviously, yes, I could just like sit here and like outrange them with the machine guns. And then it's like pointless. But I gotta like act like have a reason to not just hit plink, like pretend, you know, make believe that there's some purpose to this. So if there's fuckers in this building, I'm gonna get shot by them when I get into it. What I should have done is give myself a timer. Let's say I want to be done of this by 50 minutes. When this ticks over, it'll go down to 50 minutes. So I've got to give myself 11 minutes, right? So let's get on it. Alright, so then get long-range fires done, but start pushing it. And then we know... Don't bother firing on them yet. We want to spot these guys. So get the mech rifles back here into a fight again. We want to take this building. That's the building I want to hit. Nice, I can hit it from there. So I'm going to get you guys on it. And we'll probably just kill you because the suppression curve's kind of the wrong way around. I'm going to scout with you. You're taking fire from them now. So bring up a 240 to get onto them. And I don't just building hop anymore because at this point that takes longer than it saves. I'm going to get you in here. You're suppressed, or are you suppressing? Okay, you get in there, so I need to shift my fire support. You need to be suppressed now because you're in the fight. I want to get this MMG up to this building, and I want to take that next one. Actually, I want to get you in there. Yeah, get in there. Get the fire support in there. These are getting a bit hurt. Push them up. And let's have you start bounding through here. Have the scouts keep going this way. Mile-wise, there's 11 minutes to destroy the Mighty Super Motor Strelki. No, the fucking 8 Mighty Motor Strelki. But yes, a lot of time to kill a bunch of Motor Strelki. Indeed. Neck push him. My goal is to limit how much damage any individual unit is taking. So let's... Ooh, don't do it like that. Let's mix that up a bit. You... Scouts keep scouting. My crap is be engaging. I'm not paying attention. I should be suppressing the back unit. I'm taking more damage than I need to be taking there. Keep scouting. I don't remember telling you to do this, but I think I bandboxed you with them. Okay, so them get in this building. You're under fire from there now. Go back, pop smoke and get back. Because you're taking too much. But I want to get y'all up to here with you. Sprint. Oh, fuck, scouts. Ah! Get out of the building. I've smokes lost my ability to hit these guys. Oh, I'm still hitting them nice through that smoke. That's still weird. I hate how that works with changing the forest changes the smoke. Cap scouts are engaged over here. I just got hit by a rocket there. Whoops. No, my M2 is my only fire support vehicle. No! They're getting fucked up. We need to get more into the fight here, and I'm not paying attention to what's being suppressed here. I think at this point, get the Cav Scouts into support. You're getting suppressed, that's good. Yeah, 240 suppress them, you suppress them. I want the M2... Oh, these guys still aren't dead yet, by the way. Finish them off. But get that M2 hitting this team. Okay, good. M2 has got an optics crit now, so it's taking even longer to aim. These guys are getting fucked up. I think they're the ones hitting this team, so they're still failing to kind of like suppress it. It might just be that the 240's failing at this range to like get a lot of good suppression. Yeah, them's getting fucked up. They're all starting to flash though, that is good. I think at this point, yeah, going the red, I want to, like, reset the aggro here on this, like, anyone else. Oh, we're out of ammo. The M2 ran out of ammo. Hang on, pause. Make a note. M2 is out of ammo too quickly. That's the problem with making everything take longer. The 50's already done. It fired for like 3 minutes, and it's like, that's me, man. I'm done. Alright, you're back in, so you're not taking the aggro anymore. Against a player that, like, you would be, of course. So that means I need to make sure that you're suppressing here. I think at this point, instead of mech rifle... Up. Let's use sprint. It's on a waste. It gets another building quicker. Use sprint to push up and take this building. Oh, Cap's got getting fucked up. Get out. Just reset that aggro. Ah! They're getting plinkoed and fuckoed. 240's still suppressing and supporting. They're all suppressed now. I would push that building. And I would send Cav Scouts over here to recon ahead of me while we're pushing it. Whatever, go my mech rifles. Alright, hold your fire. Don't shoot him because you're just gonna hurt him. Stop shooting him! You fuckers. Scouts keep scouting. Go get in the woods, because scouts... Oh, shit! That's the thing, again, of, like, being... It's, like, weird interactions, like, seeing through woods, but we can tell where they are. They're taking, like, pretty long to die. I don't hate it, but it could probably be a bit faster. Don't shoot, don't shoot, you're just gonna hurt your friends. We go push the woods, so I want a team in there, just not you. Like, actually, get Mech MMG in there. While sending mech rifles up the woods. And Cav Scouts, actually. Oh, the ticking clock. There's only like a few minutes left. Okay, you're engaged now. Everybody can engage again. We see you. We start shooting you. Mech rifle MG gets in and joins. Being real, these guys should just fall back at this point. They're pretty fucking attrited. You hold flank security. We have a little fighty. I mean, I like it. Like, it's more interesting to me this way, but I have to keep in mind that I'm, like, LARPing half of it by forcing myself on the timer or whatever, or, like, the pushing. Like, realistically, all the pushing I'm doing isn't contributing to more lethality. And that's the main thing to fix here, is I'm choosing to assault buildings, but I don't need to. I can just sit back and, like, you know, just plink them. It just takes longer. So I think that'd be one thing, is I need to try that penetration change LBW talked about. And then two, what was the other thing I was going to say? I can't fucking remember. Suppression curve? I don't know. It feels better. I like it. I like the feeling of that, basically. That's kind of like the heart of what I would like to have be an important, reliable, core, regular part of this game, is like, you give a shit about fire moving like fucking mech rifle and MG and mech rifle, the two cheapest, weakest kind of like units in the game, right? And that's like a normal thing that isn't just a waste of time for you to do. I'd love that. I think Cav Scouts are getting hit by shit here. And like you're actually going like, oh, I need to keep them all suppressed, but they're not just dying instantly. That's kind of like what I'm going for, I think. That's what I enjoy, so that's what I would want. So I need to make close range combat legitimately more dangerous than long range. Like, that's core. That's absolutely core. So the penetration thing is going to be critical for me. Because otherwise it is just plinking, but it takes longer. Which is, it is an improvement for me. But it's kind of boring because it's just like, you know, this whole fight, I actually just stay here and just fight at max range. So that's big, and then... I mean, otherwise, you know, probably in some cases, like, people are going to be too healthy, like, at times. Especially because this is already, like, feels okay to me, but then the penetration hasn't even been changed yet. But I like it. I mean, I generally like the vibe. So what do I do next? Mortars. Penetration. Penetration is what I'd actually do if I wasn't doing content. Though it is like end of my stream time too. But it'd be fun to do something like flashy, like change artillery a lot. Like now the way I would like, that's my control test, right? Now I'd go, okay, if you take the M2 away, how much harder is it? If you take the MMGs away, can you just do the same thing? Because it's very easy to LARP like that and be like, oh, it worked because mech rifle MMGs were suppressing, if I remember. But I could also just be like, okay, what if I just had like, they were all mech rifles? If it works exactly the same way, then rifle MMG serves no purpose. If, you know, if I can do that without any of the combined arms bullshit going on, then it's all just LARP, it's all just masturbatory. So it's important to test with different combos then, when I do this from now on and be like, okay, that's how it felt with this force. How does it feel if I just cheese it? Because that's how a video game's gonna work. Like, you can always tell your players how to play a game, but they're not gonna give a fuck. Eventually, they're gonna erode it down to the path of least resistance. And I'll do that, even if I only played as a single player, I do that to myself. But I do think it'd be interesting to try with, mortars, honestly. Ideally, I should start setting like a points limit on this too.
Infantry ready for action.
Like he says, penetration is what I'd be doing if I wasn't streaming. I mean, you know, am I wrong? What is the pen on these 40 mils? Oh, 40, isn't it? I forget. What's the pen on these 40 mils? Yes, indeed. 40 mil. I like it. This thing keeps like nibbling at me. This weird edge case of how vision works now that you can see further out of woods. So the way it isn't two-way is very strange to me. Like it's like it's like because they're deeper in the forest, and I'm not in the forest. For some reason, they see me, but I don't see them, and that's weird. I don't get why that works that way. Like they're shooting at me. What was the range of that, actually? See, they're shooting at me from, I think, beyond the enforced range. But that's because they're not looking through as much wood. They're only looking through, like, 180 meter of wood. But then I'm only looking at 180 meter of wood at you. So... Huh? Like, what? Josuke says, like, the game expects you to force fire to counter suppress, I think. No, because I've modded this. That's why it's happening. Like, in live, I don't think this is really an issue. Because in live, you can only see, like, 100 meters through woods. And I've upgraded that, or I've changed that, I should say, so that you can see 300 meters through woods. But then, it's just weird that there's not two ways. I don't understand why this isn't a two-way system. It's like a different rule if you're in the woods, I guess, compared to if you're not. But that's odd. Mile White says, this is a fundamental issue of how Lost works in BA that is messing up even SB right now. Tell me how it works so I can work around it. Said they nerfed Recon AFE stealth and it does fucking nothing because you can still get one-way angles aroused with stealth. How does it work? Tell me how it works, Mod, so I can know how I go from here with this whole longer sight range thing in Forest. I didn't know you could get one-way sight angles like that in a combat fight already. Explain it to me if you understand it, it'd be great. Oh, my baby. My baby. I think you wish. That's cool. I don't even understand it well enough to explain it, says Mile Wide. Can you give me like a hint so I can try to figure it out myself? Because I got nothing so far. I don't really understand beyond like... I think my first guess would be having the forest cover buff is changing the rules for you. Because otherwise, you're looking through the same distance, right? Like, you're both looking inevitably through the same amount of woods to see each other. So it has to be... The only difference is one of you is in the woods and one of you isn't. So the rules have to be different if you're in the woods. Kamala says, while you mod BA, Alien is toiling away in the TMF Spectator or Brave Soldier. Alien did that already? Holy shit. Alien's so cool. Alien is our bravest soldier. I have code for entering and exiting now. The issue is giving the way to actually use the exit code. Fixed. Hell yeah! Oh my god. I just posted it. That's fucking awesome. Thank you, Alien. You rock. Marvo says, the stealth mechanics don't come into it because otherwise you wouldn't see the unit in the building either. What do you mean? You didn't see the unit of the building either.
Infantry here.
Wait, 1400 optics. Wait, since when do infantry have 1400? I thought it was 12.
Infantry
PTE, I guess.
reporting in.
Okay, 1400 optics
Infantry at your
versus
command, sir.
3.5 stealth, because you get double in a building, right? So what's 1400 divided by 3.5? You think I'm gonna ask Google? 400. Okay, so that's why you can see me in the building. Because it's that close.
Fit for fight,
But
sir.
then a forest should also be double cover, is it not? So then I should be able to see you. And then even if it, yeah, it can't be a stealth thing. That's, no, Maud's right. It's not stealth. Because otherwise, when the firing started, that's the thing. It'd be fine if I couldn't see you until you started firing. But when the shooting starts, obviously I should be able to see you at that point if I have lost to you. So it seems to be the whole... I guess you can't see into woods. Like, maybe the thing I've changed to let you see... No, but then again, no, wait, because I am able to shoot you from here through the woods. I don't know, that's weird. Because I can be on the other side of this building, and I can shoot that building through the woods now, which I couldn't before because of the change. So wait, you don't have to be in the woods. Wait, you don't have to be... Oh, I don't know. Milewise says it's purely down to the loss calculation being somehow affected by whether your vision starts or ends in the soft obstruction. Oh, maybe it's something that they've done bespoke to make smoke grenades work. Even though it doesn't, though, because when I'm in the smoke, it doesn't work. But maybe it's a special rule they've put in. Because smoke is just a forest in a can by their code, I think. Which also is the problem, is I've kind of broken smoke with this. I just have a bad feeling I'm not going to be able to keep this change, which, I mean, you know. I really like the feeling of being able to have, like, scouts go through a forest and spot the enemy before getting spotted back. But things that I like the feeling of do not matter more than the game kind of being broken in fundamental, unintuitive ways. And this change is breaking a lot right now, and I don't know how to fix it yet. And, I mean, as long as the TTK is longer, then you're still getting the ability to scout with scouts and not have them die instantly for bumbling into another unit in the woods. It's just, you're getting spotted, which isn't ideal. But, again, ideal doesn't matter as much as anything else. Let me quickly do some artillery. Like, if I use a mortar right now, what's it gonna do to these fuckers? Let's test the baseline. Bad Witch says forests have a sort of opacity to them. It's sort of probably seen into the forest. Oh, I saw that before. Yeah, there's like an opacity setting for terrain. I didn't really get it. I didn't really get what it did. Hang on. Pull that up. Put that on screen. Where is that? Yeah, here it is. It's in Fog of War config. Okay. It's Foul of War config. Yeah, true. Okay, so you got terrain type settings here. Terrain type 1, which we could find out with trial and error, but then what does this really do? Opacity 1, cover 1, height 10, multiplier 0. Opacity cover. Could I use this to make forests give DR? Like, is cover like damage resistance? Height is like how far a missile can be shot over the woods, which I would put up, honestly, because it's fucked. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way here to stop missiles from going through the woods, which has always been a problem that plagues the AA versus healers in this game. Just Computer says, just remove all smokes, lol. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. But yeah, I don't know, like, I'd have to test this, I guess. I don't know what opacity does. Milewise says, I think cover is the stealth multiplier. That would make sense, which would imply that 3 and 2 are our buildings in our forest. And the building has 1.0 opacity. Sorry, this one has 1.0 opacity, which makes you think it's the building, compared to minus 15 opacity implies, it's the only one that's different, implies it's the forests. But what is opacity? And why does it work? Why does it not work both ways? This would require experimentation, I think. We can kind of guess from... Wait, multiplier 0.75. What is that? Multiplying what, bro? I don't think forests give DR, so it surely isn't that. Bro, what are you multiplying? Because if cover is your stealth, like, forests definitely don't give double, like, damage resistance like that. So, yeah, Maud's probably right that it's stealth. I think STB has referred to that as cover before. So what the hell's the multiplier? Wait, this one has a multiplier of 3. Terrain type 15, opacity 1, cover 1, height 20. Multiplier 3. What are we multiplying? You just like set that number to 500 and you play the game and see what breaks. And you go, oh, I found it. I don't know, I'll have to test that later. Might be the ground speed modifier? No, because that's governed somewhere else. Game config, global forest speed multiplier. Infantry forest speed multiplier. Like, is there any other terrain in the game that slows you? Because I thought that, but yeah, like, it's already governed there. And yeah, it makes sense of the speeds. Exactly, yeah. Badwitch says, opacity affects how far you can see into the forest. Okay. Okay. So minus 15 is what? A multiplier, because minus 15 meters or Unreal units, whatever, wouldn't make a difference. So it, or Unity units. So surely it's a multiplier. Milewise says, good to know forest boxes are 50 meters tall though, yeah. I mean, it does seem like this one's forest, yeah. Interesting. I don't want to test it right now, but it's definitely something we could test and find out, I think. That's how you figure this shit out. And I still don't even know where to start with multiplier. I don't know what multiplier would be. Very interesting. What is a... What does forest do in game mechanics that is multiplied by either 75% or 25%? What do we know that is 75% more when you're in a forest? One of these could be smoke, too, I just realized. Maybe that's why... yeah, interesting. One of these could be smoke. Maybe the one with multiplier 3, but then, I don't know. Interesting, to be sure. This is like a logic puzzle. Like, before you test it, it's like, okay, tell what they are from the similarities. Like, something has cover 2. Two things have cover 2, but only one of them has multiplier this, whatever, anyway. Fucking move on. I'm getting lost in the fun of the logic puzzle, which is not what I want to do right now. Very, very interesting. We'll have to figure it out later. One of these could be the new... Oh, one of these could be the new sneak ability too, maybe. I don't know. Marwai says smoke doesn't give any sort of stealth bonus. You can check it out pretty easily by smoking in forests. But it might just not stack with cover, because smoke does do weird shit with AA, where you can be... Oh, it's actually the same thing. It's a one-way sightline. You can smoke grenade when you're in... You can smoke grenade when you're in a smoke cloud in an AA, and then you can shoot a helicopter, and the helicopter can't shoot you back, even though you're shooting. Which should fuck up the stealth modifier of yourself enough that they can shoot you back. But then I always figured out... I figured that's probably because the AA vehicle has better optics against the helicopter because of low-out optics compared to the helicopter back to the vehicle. But then... I don't know. I mean, smoke is probably governed in here. Either smoke is literally a forest in a can, or it is governed in here as a close relative of how forest is defined. I will have to look into that. That is very important to figure out. If I want to have forests not be so claustrophobic for a recon. Something to think about. But look, I should probably sign off here, so maybe the last thing I do is just like this mortar change, like I was saying. Spot penalty buildings, sneak cover bonus. Anyway, mortars. Give me like the babyest mortar possible, so that's our dear friend LabM. I haven't even got to use the fucking auto fire logic of this thing yet. We'll do a single mortar, we won't do a battery. Yeah, it's an 81 mil, that's the smallest it's get, right? No, Drock is the smallest it gets. Should I base it off the smallest? Base it off an 81 for now, that's fine. Because Drock is 60, right? 40, or is it 81 as well? 40 damage, 6... 40 pen, 6 damage. No, it's the same. Okay, Drock's also 81 mil. So 60 mil doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a knee mortar, which I could have told from the range as well, if my brain was firing on all cylinders. So now, rather than using all of these shits, just try to use the mortar. I mean, the first thing I'm going to try is just see, like... Yo. Does this fucking thing just kill everyone? I assume it just kills everyone. Eventually. It's probably got, like, ignore cover and fucked up shit like that, too.
Mortar ready. Send coordinates.
Yeah, ignores 8% cover. Okay. It does 6 damage. We don't get to see DPS on you, we have to calculate it ourselves. Mile says with 90 health it's going to take like half its ammo to kill direct hits, yeah. And it won't even direct.
Scouts here.
But I still want to see just so I know what to change off of. Oh, this thing isn't hit with the weird like, here, let me try the auto fire. This thing isn't hit with like the weird stuff they've done to like short being 9 on some of the new howitzers in PTE. I really like the auto thing, but I haven't got to try it yet, so this will be my first time. Like, I like it as a concept. I don't know, like, how it decides what's expensive enough, though. Like, if it sees a Modeshoki and ignores it, I'm gonna be kind of annoyed. I'm gonna try to see if I can mod it. But let's see.
Scout team standing by. Pushing forward.
Over here, speed it up.
Move and secure.
Okay.
Go. Move your ass.
So are you gonna shoot that enemy infantry with your 81mm mortar? No, because it's... Why would you waste your time? That's right. Why would you waste your time with Mortar Strelky?
Scouts in combat. Send your orders. Who wants a skylight for his house?
You can see me again. I'm too close. That's fine. Just get into the fight. Alright. Send, like, mech rifles up to be in the fight.
Order ready to fire.
Auto fire. Do it. Come on. Come on, do it. What is the logic for it? I know it's based off value, but, like... Is it not different for different... No, I guess it's only for... baby mortars anyway, so I don't know. Like, does it need to be 2 mortar jockeys together, I guess? That's kind of fucking annoying. I hope I can mod that.
Copy. Call for fire received.
It's very decadent to me. I resent it in a petty way, because it speaks a lot about this game's design, like, approach, or lack of, this game's fucking balancing opinion, this fucking hyperactive fucking mess that wears the skin of Modern Warfare. That's... The auto fire for the 81mm mortar is like, oh, a single infantry squad in a building killing our troops. I don't get out of bed for that. I'm not gonna auto fire on that. Give me a real target to auto fire on, like fucking a clown car of 3 Marines, Russian Marines together on top of a supply dump and a Patriot AA. Like, what do you mean? Like, why would you not like just auto fire on infantry? Is that not the purpose of an edition like this?
Troops in combat. What are your
Oh, I wouldn't shoot them unless they were Rangers, honestly. Unless they cost 100.
troops in combat?
Doscomputer says, from my experience, it's clone of the current mortar AIs in skirmish. It seems like individual unit value. Yeah, I want to know where I can set that value, honestly. So right now, Modeshoki would win that fight, but the mortar's going to try to even this up now.
Order ready, sir. Good copy. Fire coordinates received.
And it has already. Like, you can already see that normally the Modeshoki will be kind of creaming the rifles. I'd have to test this, like, I don't do a lot of boring stuff I want to do on stream, but I have to, like, test this.
Infantry engaged.
Like, purely mech rifles, then the LAV-M. And, like, compare the differences.
Troops in combat. Send your orders.
I can do it now, I guess. Dust says, I've noticed the AI will not already my infantry, but let my tanks and Shiraz, and the auto-fire mortar seems to have the same hunger. But it's only on 81mm mortars, so that makes no sense. Wait, really? You think it's actually the same AI? But that makes no sense, because the 81mm mortar, the main meal for this thing should be infantry squads. Unless they literally just took the existing skirmish AI they had to make for mortars and just slopped it on. And didn't change the value threshold at all to reflect the weapon they're putting it on. No, they wouldn't do that. Doss says, I've used it a bunch and I legit find myself manually stopping the auto fire because the target's just weird and bad. Oh. Does it ever auto fire an infantry for you?
Skylight for his house.
Oh god, I hope that can be modded out. But no, god, if it's just that AI, then it wouldn't be a mod toggle because it wouldn't even have AI routines for hitting smaller targets, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna cream him up. And I wanted to try the auto fire, and actually, never mind. It's like doesn't really work for what I want it for anyway. Shoot him again. This is like fun to hear a mortar fire, but it's meaningless to me without a control test. I just realized. Bonk, bonk. I mean, you can see big chunks of health going off them each time the mortar hits. But it took like 4 direct hits, or almost direct hits, to kill the one person left, even if mech rifle was shooting them. So like, probably whatever it is in vanilla is okay. If I compare it to like what's the 203s? They're doing 0.15 damage per second. I don't know if that's similar or not. If that fire mission is 4 to 6, okay, then yeah, it's probably like twice as good. No, once you factor in aim time, it's probably around similar to an HEDP. It's just indirect. Ricky says, IMO is a good thing having already know auto firing. I'd like it. But I don't want already like the vanilla game. In the vanilla game, yeah, it'd probably be fucking annoying. But I don't want already that kills you, which is why I'm watching that damage number there. Like, it's fine, but I more want to see the let's go find a target we have to fight. I more want to see the suppression. The main value of one of those things is suppression. For half of the game, I mean. It depends what kind of game you want to make this into, now that we have mod tools. I want a game that's much slower paced and has less, like, pointless busy work for the player to do. And something I consider kind of pointless busy work is, you know, I'd like to be able to just, like, automate my mortar. To be like, okay, there's an enemy infantry in your range. Shoot it. Cool. I don't really want to go back to the mortar every time and be like, oh, you know, do another 9-round fire mission. I want to go to my mortar commander here in my head. I want to be like, hey, Sergeant Fuckknuckle, keep shooting that target until I tell you not to. Though, can you do that by just right-clicking? Let's find out. Like, does this just, like, default to one salvo, or does this just go forever till they're dead? Because this may be the auto-fire I'm looking for then. It's not auto, but it's, like, better than doing salvos. Milewide says right-clicking is always a medium salvo. Really? Let's see. You're just making me realize I've never done this in a match. Now, they're going to get hit a bit less, too, because they're not in a building, so they're less of them to be hit. I like that it's doing very little damage. I like that. Philip says, wait, this is a feature? Yeah, you can just right-click and artillery does this. I very rarely use this in the editor when I remember it exists. But then it stops. That's, yeah, that's annoying. Like, what if I shift-click a bunch? But wait, if it's always a medium, then you're not being optimal. Oh god, because then at that point, you're better off just doing this. And it's the same thing. But then if they move. Wow, as his ground fire for already heat rounds, Lamal. Wait, what? Really? Alright, but you just keep bombing him. And if you keep the pressure up, are we going to see suppression? Speed it up. See, it's crazy to me they're not suppressed yet. There you go. It's crazy to me they weren't suppressed from the first salvo. It's really wacky to me that that squad is half dead from taking like 2 or 3 minutes of accurate close-range direct mortar salvo, but they're only just becoming panicked now. Like, I would definitely, I think, maybe the damage can stay the same, maybe it can come down a bit, because you're going to be running multiple of these things potentially, but I think the suppression should go up. Especially because if you imagine this thing at its max range, like this, it's more accurate because it's closer, but once the dispersion goes up, you're going to be doing even less suppression, surely. But I do like that it's not like a very effective weapon at just killing the infantry, even though they're in the open. I think that's good. We'll go find more to do this too. Like I said, I guess they can't give it too much suppression to the new suppression effects. I mean, no, it's just... This has been balanced forever too, I think, right? Like, I don't think the game's ever been about suppression, because it's just not... Like, what we're doing here has no place in a multiplayer match of this game, is the problem. That's the real problem, ultimately. Save my cavalry scouts, they're dying. Send the fire mission. Yeah, I mean, where's the suppression, bro? Where's it at? There it is, finally. And they're also getting shot at by the cav scouts, too. Alright. I don't like the level of suppression of it. Milewide says, no, this is just light artillery being shit compared to heavy howitzers in BA. Yup. That is, yup. So yeah, damage, I think I could test it being like a little bit less, but it's doing fine. Like, what's happening there is, I'd say, quite immersive in levels of damage. It's just more if, like, as a video game arbitration, I would prefer it being like, no, sorry, like, game rule says you don't use these to kill things, you just use it to suppress. But the suppression, I would either double or triple off the blush and just see how that feels. Maybe I'll try that right meow.
Scout team in combat.
The other way I could look at it is I can compare to the M240, but fuck that right now. I ain't got time to be smart. Doss says, bro, they should be shocked after the third shell, yeah. And as long as the mortar isn't just killing them as well, I think that's fine. I think that's good. That would be fun, I think. You know, imagine bringing a unit that you're just bringing to suppress enemies with. Imagine a balance where that doesn't seem useless. Mywise says, one thing I keep thinking about is having a bigger radius for suppression on Artie. Yes, exactly. That's what we're going to do as well. So even if you're not even plinking... So even if you're not even plinking, you can still do something about it. I think we kind of have to allow for that. No, it does, it does. It does, it does. If I understand what you mean, it's very simple. Philip says, I started balancing the 120 mil since that's way more common, so probably better baseline. If I was trying to fix the live game, yes, but I'm doing my own thing, so I'm going to start with the smallest. But otherwise, you're correct. If I was trying to fix BA live, yes, that would be the way to go. But yeah, like, all we need to do, I think... Let me check my Git, hang on. Okay, nothing to commit my Git. We need to go to ammunitions, we need to find what the Lav M had there. I haven't done vehicles before, specifically. Lav M is unit ID 154, so let's go to weapon ammunitions. 154, wasn't it? Oh, yes. 154, and it's going to have multiple loadouts. One of these is going to be Dragonfire, so we have ammo ID 133 and 132. And 27, that's probably the M240. So 133, 132. And that'll probably confirm if I go 81 mil HE. Thank you for the comments, STB. Very nice. Obus. What does Obus mean? Obus. Anyway, it was 133, 132, right? Oh, it's not even the different loadouts. It's just one of them is smoke. Yeah. Right, you've got both. Okay, so Obus must be Lav M then. I'm very curious. Anyone know what Obus means? Marwhite says that's like French for shell or something like that. Oh, Felix. Oh, Felix, I see your fingerprints in here. Baguette round. Okay, so here's 81 mil HE. That is what we want to change. Now we change it. Bring the damage down. It is already fine, but like I said, I'm not going to explain it again. Let's just go down to like 4 just to see how we feel. Stress damage is fine when you look at it as a big number like that, but if you compare it to the 240s, now would be a good time to make that calculator, to be honest. It's very simple to make. Let's just do it. I just have to remember how to do it, but it's easy. I remember that much. In Google Sheets, I could even copy it from the Bmod spreadsheets. Hang on. Bmod, Google Sheets, Bmod example CSV generation. This is not my first spreadsheet rodeo. Yeah, exactly my word. Sorry, I kind of kept you hanging there. Sorry, the point is, yes, we have stress AoE radius is different. So we can straight up, I was so happy when I saw that too, we can be like, okay, howitzer hits near you, doesn't kill your squad, but everyone's fucking scared. And that is what I want howitzers to be. It's what I want mortars to be as well. I think I want to make the damage radius, like, unrealistically small, like, way smaller. So that, okay, sometimes you're hitting a random direct hit. Good for you, you kill someone. But otherwise, rather than it being just a triding them down all the time with lower damage, actually, yeah, we could keep the damage high, but increase the dispersion, but then increase the stress radius AoE. So it's a bit of like an RNG casino of whether you actually just like randomly roll around the hits, and or if it punishes clusters. So if there's lots of enemies in the area and you mortar it, okay, you get a direct kill on the squad, boom, you know, you got a stew going, there you go. And then PGMs can also, precision guided rounds can also still be good. But then, if you are just firing normally, like, no, like, it's probably pretty unlikely. We said it so that it's pretty unlikely you're actually going to get those hits to get real damage, but it's still doing suppression. Marwhite says it has 0 overpressure radius. How does it direct hit then? God, I need to spend so much time looking at this tool. Wait, what does overpressure radius even mean here? I just thought that was like, if a tank fires near you, you take damage. That's all I know about overpressure. What does overpressure mean in artillery terms for us here? What do you think? Hang on, meanwhile I'm getting this thing. I've only heard of overpressure as like a tank cannon thing, of why you don't stand next to tanks. Marwhite says overpressure is basically your projectile hitbox size for hitting the roof armor. What? Yeah, Little Bad Witch and Nathan have given us some very cool shit hype. It's very fun, very cool. Praise them be. Overpressure is your projectile hitbox size for hitting the roof armor. Is it? How did you find that out? How did you know that? I've never heard of that before. That's really good to know. I should look up what has overpressure in this game after I grab this thing. Probably a visual effect? Maybe, yeah. Like, what's an example of something that should have very high overpressure then, in your opinion, Mile, and something that should have very low? And we can just look in the INIs and we can see if it makes sense. Milewise says, this is why a 300mm HE rocket seems to direct hit your tank while landing next to it. I was never aware of that, but okay, off like rocket artillery. Hey, Strum. Yeah, we modding Strum, we fixing that. Oh, that's what I should have done to have fun for the last half hour. I'll do that after this, hang on. I want to do, like, infantry stuff. Babwitch says, oh, he's right, yes, they added overpressure for anti-vehicle damages, so that makes sense. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's good to know, Maud. I appreciate that. But yeah, Maud's gonna pronoun ya. I'm gonna do jets after this briefly. Where is my calculator? Here it is. Okay, all you do is you just go equals and then star. That's easy as fuck. Love it. So I'm just gonna make on my little thingy here. I want to get DPS and stress PS. Just like change this for now. Okay, and all we gotta do is go equals. I'm gonna learn some Google Sheet Fu now. What is the cell? This is gonna ignore aim time and everything and reload. I don't care about that enough right now. Just raw DPS is time between bursts, which will be an average there. I will do it myself for now, but I could calculate that too. 4.5. Oh, it shouldn't be times, it should be divided by. Fuck, how do you do divide? Slash? Wait, but it's divided by 1. 1? No, it's 1 divided by 4.5. And that gives us what we see in the game. I guess they don't have, like, the recurring. Or they just go off, like, the max time between bursts, not an average or the min. So we can get the true, then, of it's 0.22 damage per second. And that's easy with you, because you just have 1 shots per, and your damage is 1. Oh, how do I get this to not show like that? Hang on. No, please. No, please, the endless recurring, please. Please don't show so many decibels. No, please! I said learn some Google Sheet Fu, but I don't know how to fix that. Whatever. It's fine. Cards. Right-click formatting or something. Formatting. Hey, Bounty, how you at? How you doing? Oh, fuck, I don't know. Number... Ah! Ha ha ha! Yes! Thank you! Genius, Bounty, as always. Alright, and then we just copy it. Oh, I'm not... I'm not even pulling from cells, whoops. The whole point of this is to pull from cells. So you want to go... it looks like it's off max. Oh, wait, hang on, yeah. That's because I did the average myself, that's right. But you can at least pull from the damage, right? So it should be X3. Whoop, we don't like that. Function divide parameter 1 expects number values, but... Well, I guess, can you only divide, like, cell by cell? 1.0, 1.2 is a text. Oh. Oh, because I got the fucking parentheses in it. I've got to get rid of my notation here. Fuck. Pain in my butt. Alright, just do it temporarily. Sure, now it works, yes. I have to find a new way to keep what the number was before then. Very brute force right now. I can just... Hang on. I can just do it like this, but it's going to be gore that I don't like. But it'll do for right now. 2.5. It's going to be gory. Because then I can get rid of the parentheses. On these fucks. And then I can go... That's the wrong formula. Value. Oh, I've still got that. Get rid of the parentheses. Okay, and now I can see that we've got 0.22 damage per second. No, this seems wrong. The auto rifle doesn't do 11. I've done this wrong. X4 by 4. Oh, because I had to change the... I forgot I'm not doing that. For now, just take the max, maybe. How do I average to... Oh, fuck. I'll figure that out later. How to, like, average 2 cells. And then, like, put them in here. I guess I could, like, have another cell that does that. Oh, God. Wait. I can do that. Average cell 1, 2. Yes. We can do it. Yes. Hell yeah, Bounty knows it. You just use functions? How do I use functions? I don't even know how to do that. Here, delete that for a second. Okay, but Bounty gave me the thing. Average cell... Oh, sorry, hang on. Not like that. P3. R3. Need the equals in front? Ah, yeah. Wait, did that work right? No. It was telling me something, hang on. That's just giving me 4. Error. Formula parse error. I fucked it. I fucked it up. Wait, why is there R4 at the front? P3, R3. But it just gives me 4. Oh, because I got fucking parentheses again here for some reason, because it's the old value. Ah! We've done it, but now I gotta fix this later, but now I gotta be like, old. It's 4. Okay, so now we've got that. And I can go, boom, I gotta do this, oh god, fuck, god damn it. Motherfucker. Beagle, just like, write the old values down somewhere, I don't know. I'll fucking figure this out later. My pretty spreadsheet, it's dead. My pretty spreadsheet is dead. But now I have the average RRF. Yeah, 2. Should just make a copy of the old spreadsheet? Yeah. I just wanted to have it here, but oh well. And then I call that over here, right? No, what? Yeah, here. So now we're going off of average ROF, which is R3. So we change this to R3. Aha! And now we can see, yes, correct. The rifle has 0.22 DBS, the saw has 0.33, and the M240 has 0.38. This is very useful. I've modded like this before. It's kind of very, very useful for actually making sense of these fucking numbers for me. So now I can just tweak a lever and be like, oh, okay. You just see, as a normal human being, the 240L is like maybe more than I want it as a damage weapon or whatever, or it's less. Ask AI to calculate this, Ricky. All right, now we do stress. So, similar thing can be done for stress. We have to take the stress number. So, once again, I will fix this later, but old stress. Gore. Do all that. Okay, and then it is... What am I timesing or dividing? I'm doing stress, which is... AD. Oh my god. It's AD by ROF. That should work, yeah? Because now, yeah, your stress, that looks about right, I think? No. Yes? No, that should be the same thing as damage, but it should just move the decimal. A decimal. So why is it not 2.2? Oh, I fucked it again. AD 10. We're going off 83 to S3. S3. Ah, because it moved over because I moved the cell. So we put that back to R3. Ta-da! And then you just copy that, and boom. This should be working. So now I can see that while the machine guns... You know, I was eyeballing this, but I can actually see hard stats now. Yes, the machine guns are still a little bit better at damaging than rifles, and I can choose to bring that down easily now. I can see the result. But the machine guns are way better at suppression, and we can also compare the saws of the M240 very easily and be like, okay, pretty similar. Cool. Why did I do this? Because I want to now compare these machine guns to the mortar. That's why. This was meant to be only infantry weapons, but I'm going to cheat and put in the numbers for the mortar. One sec. So our mortar numbers are... What is our average ROF of a mortar? We need to get the mortar itself. Unit I need the weapons. Weapons ammunition is unit ID 154, ammo ID 133, and that is our HE. So weapon ID is 217. So we go ID mortar 81 M252. And we have got... Ah, that's where you set this. Oh. So I can just fix the right-click thing by just turning medium volleys into, like, infinite ammo. But that would suck for using that UI for its intended purpose. They don't use their time between bursts thing at all for this. It's its own complete system. There's no shots per burst or anything like that. Magazine reload time 4, 6. Yeah, we'll be changing that shit up. Aim time will be changing that shit up. You put a $sign says genre in front of our cells column row reference to fix it so it doesn't change when copying functions between cells. Oh yeah, that's cool. Penny also said if you still want a precision adjustment is in the bottom menu bar halfway between scale. Oh, cool. I'll have to check that after. So what do we want to change here? We just want to look at the numbers, right? I want to look at Roth. Ah, I see. I wonder if I could just make it work that way then of... Because it has one magazine size, so it has to reload after each time. I wonder if you could do it the burst way of like a salvo is the magazine. Would there be a reason to? I don't know, I'm just thinking about that as an alternative. Is there any reason to do that? You could make the magazine size bigger, but no, because then it gets weird with salvo lengths. No, this is so they can have different levels of salvo without it being weird. This makes sense. Okay, so magazine size 1. We don't touch shots per bursts. Then we don't touch... Magazine reload time is our rate of fire, essentially. That's our time between bursts for artillery. So let's say you leave it at 4 to 6, so your average is 5. And then you look at the damage, and the damage was 6, I think. Well, we turned it down to 4. And your stress damage is 162. So these are the numbers we need. Alright, go back to the spreadsheet. Not gonna get time to do fun jet stuff, I know. Okay. Mortar baby. Give it a different color so I know this is fucked. This is fucked. Fix this later when I'm not streaming. So the damage of mortar baby, this is a change, so I'll keep it, is gonna be 4. The stress is 162. We do want both of these here. And it's not happy because we haven't got the numbers for the pull-off, but we're about to give it that. So I'm going to pull off. There you go. There's your... No, wrong here. There you go. So now we go. Now we can see that we're doing double the damage, double the DPS of even the mighty M240L. And we're doing 3 times the stress per second of the machine guns. That's interesting. I would not have thought that with how much it didn't seem to be suppressing. But I suppose the thing to remember is that there's only one of these, whereas the squads have 2 240s. And they have, which should also be kept in mind for the damage, and they have 2, they have 1 sword, but they have rifles helping them as well. And GLs. So that's not as OP in comparison as it first looks then, I suppose. Considering as well there's like aim time and stuff, that stress number actually looks alright, which surprises me. So we wanna make it feel like the numbers say this and they look alright, but the feel is off to me. So I want to make it more stress. In my head, in my heart of hearts, in my gut, I would say it should have been double the suppression, which sounds crazy numbers wise, but test it and feel it, I suppose. So maybe you lower the damage, but double the suppression. Maybe you lower the damage. Oh wait, this was before I even nerfed it. Before it was doing 120. By vanilla numbers. So it was doing like 30%, 50% more than a 240 team. Okay. So yeah, bring it down even more then. This is my favorite part of having the cell set up like this, is you can just tweak or I can just tweak so easily and be like, okay, what's it at 3? It's 0.62, 0.40. I mean, this is simple math, but you can bring it down to here and I can be like, okay, now it is, barely fucking anything. Though I think the dispersion also has to be kept in mind. I gotta remember that there's many factors at play. I do like the idea better of it does damage, but it's less accurate. So maybe we leave it at 6, actually. Maybe we leave it at 6. Just double the suppression, I think. One of it's a radius thing too. Just go like even fucking more. Go like 300. Now it's doing 60 suppression per second. Which is a lot. That's a lot of suppression. That is 3 240L teams going at once. If this is applying full suppression, I don't know what the radius. I don't know if the radius falls off if it's further away, but we can just try it. I think we'll have dispersion too. I'm going to set that damage back to be normal, and we're going to play with the dispersion values instead. But let's first of all just go, okay, practically double suppression. Good for you. Damage can stay at 6. Won't fuck out of anything else yet. Dispersion, that's what I want to change. You could also play with pen, but yeah. So we'll do... I felt that the health area radius was too good, so we're going to halve it. Because this should, if anything that's relying on distance should still be doubled. So 20 before should have been 40. I think it is falling off towards the edge. Some proper testing would reveal that pretty easily. So that'll now be, unless you're within 20 meters of the impact, you're not even getting a hit. And then we're going to up the actual dispersion of the rounds, I think. Okay, but then let's increase the stress AoE radius by a lot. I'll double that as well. It'll be easy to tell if it's too OP. We can set it back. Big suppression, small health radiuses, and then let's also dispersion. Make this shit more inaccurate. That's what I want to see. That'll be in weapon, not ammo. I'm just checking what else we got here. Oh no, actually it's in ammo. It's right there. Double it. Again, this is doubled as well, but double it. Vertical radius. I was about to laugh at that, but I guess that's good because then you can actually decide whether it should be purely a circular dispersion or if it should be longer than it is wider. That's cool. Thanks, STB. I like that. It's like Menace. I see all these things. I'm like, thanks. I'm glad you put that lever in the game. I like being able to use that. That's interesting. Give it a Seeker. Hell yeah. Mywise says, bear in mind this will make it pretty worthless damage-wise on building hits because you can actually land direct hits there. Really? I thought a hit on the building counted as a direct hit. I don't necessarily hate that though. I think buildings should be good cover damage-wise against artillery. Oh, thanks for reminding me. I want to get rid of the ignore cover. I see ignore cover differently. I don't know if it'll end up being shit. That's what we tested. But rather than doing... I think STV has kind of got it balanced like explosives ignore cover. I kind of more like it like cover is actually the best place to be against shrapnel. Like, you want to be in a basement, you want to be in a building against shrapnel. And it's more like direct fire weapons I see more as having the ignore cover thing, like, you know, like I gave the 7.62 for the A240L, I gave that 10% cover pen. I think that's more interesting. But we'll see. One of the things with a lot of games that I've modded is that I tend to come in and be like, that's silly, I'm going to do it this way, and then you do it that way, and you're like, oh, I see why the devs did that. That tends to happen. With STB, I don't know. We'll see. Mywise says, this is why a Hosta does more damage to infantry than identical damage at 120mm mortars. Huh. So you're saying I need overpressure then? Like I need an overpressure of 10? Because then if the health area radius is 10... No, because then it'd be a direct hit. So if overpressure is what you're saying, and if it works against infantry, then overpressure would be a lever we could use here to be like, if you're within this range, do max damage. If the shell lands within this range. No, it's a function of the damage radius? Oh, well, we'll give it a go, I guess. Fuck up. Yeah, anyway. If it does any damage at all, I wonder if you could just, like, give it 100% cover ignore. I don't know. That'd suck for the reasons I just spent a long time yapping to say, so I'm just gonna try this. Was there anything else I was gonna try? No, I think it's just that. Oh, I will change the rate of fire and, or the aim time, I think. I think the rate of fire is fine, like, 4 to 6 rounds. Like, I don't know, a round every 5 seconds. Sounds about right. Where's that funny video of, like, the Marines doing mortars? I'm thinking of, like, the one where they're in the woods and they're, like, dancing. I think Average does anything versus infantry. Okay, interesting. I want to go look at someone like firing a mortar.
Another round, sir.
Don't mind if I did.
No, this is just pure meme. I want one of them like actually firing a mortar.
Fire warnings.
That's generation kill, buddy. Here we go. This is like exactly what I want to see. Is it? Oh yeah, fine. All right, reload time 2. No worries. Fine, reload time 1 second. No reload time for Lav M. That's easy. Just it's realistic. Just balance it straight off real life. Okay, I think 4 to 6 is fine. Is the point. We'll feel it out on gameplay. We don't always have to pull from reality for inspiration, and it feels fine. But aim time, I do want to upgrade. I would like aim time to be much longer, much longer. Everyone says marching keeps us fit. That's right. Aim time is here. So I've already made like, this is like what a 240 is for me aim time wise now. So double that immediately. We're not even thinking about it. Double that. No sweat. Don't know if you do more than double it. I think for mortars that's probably fine for right now, especially because it's not toxic anyway because they're not just killing people. Like, it's not just like 12 seconds to dodge before you die. It's like, oh, a mortar is hitting me now. This is a problem. I don't like that. Milewise says, Lavem, go ahead with the budget cuts. Kind of for more than one loader. Anything else that's fun to change here? Angles. Mags. Tempting burst. No, like, this is fine. Maybe the salvo length. As much as I don't like the way that like, they enforce it, I would like a longer burst. Like, I wouldn't mind, personally for the Lav M, I wouldn't mind it being like, okay, 3 is your short one still. But then you have like fucking 20 for your long, or your long is just like go forever. Your long is just like go till I tell you to stop on that position. Do like the whole fucking lot. I wouldn't mind that as an option. Ideally, we would keep these and have new options for that, but if I have to work with these 3, if I'm doing a longer burst of a mortar, it's because I want something to be shelled forever. It's not because I want 9 shells specifically. So just change that to, yeah, 3950. There you go. I mean, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, do you think you keep 9? I think so, because we're changing the role here. I think 9 or even 12 for a medium because of what you said about right-clicking, right? And it's gonna, I don't know, like if they move, does it track them? That's a good question. That really changes whether medium, how convenient medium is as a thing you want to use. I think 3 is good for short, for shoot and scoot. 9 is more like what I'd say, like you're not scooting at this point. You need to keep the short one short so that you have a shoot and scoot option. Don't look at these as like short, normal, long. It's more like shoot and scoot, fuck them up a bit and then do something else I want to queue you to, and this is just like shoot them forever. No tracking, just places the salvo in their position. Oh, I mean, then it really is just like not that convenient. But yeah, then it should just entirely be like, this is a proper fire mission. So you can even do like 3, 12, 50. Like, proper fire mission, and the fight's probably over by then. And 50 is just like, never stop. Never stop shelling them. Milewise says for 82 mil, you can try 5, 10, 50. That's true. And you don't need to shoot and scoot quite as quick anyway, because artillery versus artillery will also not just be lol, I kill you. Sure, try 5, 10, 50. I don't hate that, and the nerd in my head likes that it's like, feels kind of multiplicative. I like that. 5, 10, 50. We can try it. What is that noise in my left earphone? This song's weird. Alright, let's just go try this, and I'm gonna end my stream, I think, because I got like 10 minutes left of me. Okay, let's do it. Go to git, make the commit. Ammo, stress damage 300. Doesn't ignore cover anymore. Health radius slash, stress radius buffed. Huge stress damage, yes. Dispersion, mega sized. Alright. Lav M 82 mil HE changes. I'm not gonna write a description in my commit because I am not cooperating with anyone. I can do whatever I want. And then in a month from now, I'll be like, fuck you, past Beagle, it was worth it. Write a message. Alright, now I copy it in. Grab this. How many times have I said thanks to Witch and Nathan? Can I just say thanks again? I love doing this. Paste here. Replace. Run encryption. Encrypted. Hacker man, I'm in. Capture the output. Slap it into the mods folder. I want to see what you do, mod. Which sent me her thing as well. Of what they've changed. I gotta try that out too. Try the penetration changes. Because which ones to do similar things, I think. I want to see the git commits, the Kobo commits for you all, honestly. Let's begin the... Should we begin the unofficial Broken Arrow modding Discord? You think? Should we do that? That sounds fun. Import. Database compiled. Save. That sounds like a fun idea. I'm gonna make the unofficial Broken Arrow modding Discord. Because it's like being a landlord. By making the Discord first, you stake your claim on the real estate, see? You go, why would you want that? You want to add in another Discord? Actually, no, I don't. Well, anyway, it still sounds fun. I'd like to talk to you all. I want to make it. I get to pick the icon that way. Hell yeah. I did that for the XCOM 2 modding Discord, but then like that whole schism happened and I kind of left because I was like really sad. I thought everyone hated me. Not in the modding Discord, in my community, I mean. That shit with E happened. That was tragic. That was sad. Incredible says, Beagle overexpanding the server empire? Yeah, it's like Total War or Civ. Like, you get too many Discords and corruption goes up. You're not managing them right. They're taking all your Discord money. They're taking all your nitros. Imagine a fucked up world where Discords get like Twitch subscriptions. Like you nitro a server and it like gives them $5 for the people who run the server. How dare moderators be paid for their valuable work, keeping our beloved communities going. Yeah, that would be fucked up, Beagle. Of course, I as the fucking modern day jester clown, just yapping into the void of my stream, I deserve donations, but of course not Astra Ambulance. No, of course not. What is wrong with me? Why would I say that's fucked up? Actually sounds less fucked up. Man, that's the boosting, isn't it? Does the boosting give us money? I didn't know about that. If it does, Jeff's keeping it, because I thought boosting just like gave us emotes or something. Mod says, my changelog is going to look so boring to you. Linebacker cost reduced by 5, short upgrade cost by 5. Does this woman have nothing better to do? Mod, you really don't know me if you think that of me. you don't know me at all. I mean, to be fair, yeah, like mine isn't cost increases yet, but that's only because I haven't got there yet. I'm just on the fundamentals. But like, I mean, this is mine. Mine is like starts off big, double infantry HP, and then it's like, okay, we're just like tweaking, like number down 0.2 decimal, stability nerf, Cav Scouts, get 3 extra movement speed. I mean, this is the shit I live for. I love tweaking. I'd love to see what you tweak. It all matters so much. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm making the Discord after this stream. You're invited. Does this woman have nothing better to do? I mean, whose stream are you watching right now? Look what I've been doing for like 5 hours. Before you go show us Big Pilot. Oh, fuck. I'm not brave enough for Big Pilot. I don't know. No, I've already done it. Next time. If I do another one of these modding streams for BA, then next time we can do Big Pilot. Or Big Infantry, at least. I was just going to go and, like, change... I only have, like, 5 minutes left of me. I got to leave, actually, so I'm kind of running late already. But I was just going to change, the infantry scale, just be, like, 10, and just see what the game looked like. Celemax says, I want to see the Triple Javelin Rangers Mauls in action. You should get these tools. You should come to the Discord. Milo says, Beagle, you're exploring a different gameplay style. I kind of get what you mean, Maud. Is like, you're trying to fix the existing game. Yeah, you're thinking in terms of a good patch. But also, I mean, I played the game with you, Maud. I would find that as a balm on my soul in the same way. I would love to read it. Like, just reading the patch notes from you of Guardian moved. Doesn't even matter where you've moved it. You moved it to Russia. I would still be happy. You know? No, I do want to read it. I do. I love a good changelog. Where is Lab M? Lab M is here. Yeah, 160 meters of dispersion. Get it, you fuck. I don't know why I'm acting like these things are ever the problem. 81 mil mortars have never been the problem. Save that kind of vitriol for when I don't know, do rocket arty or something. I don't know. You got blast radius is 20 meters, which is what I nerfed it down to. Yes. It doesn't show the stress radius, because stress isn't even a thing they show in this game, which should tell you a lot about whether suppression matters in this game or not to them design-wise, because I don't think they even show you that. Did they ever? Or am I just thinking of Wargame that shows you stress on the card? I'm not sure they've ever showed suppression on these cards, but I have a false memory like they have. Oh, I think Witch is gone, but if Witch is still here, I wanted to ask Witch if she knows how to change the auto-fire budget priority, but I think we lost her. I don't think she's here. Alright, we jump back in. So the next is Pack 2 back to Armored, Armored Pack 3 to Marines, AMPV back to 12 seats. Miles is spoilers, the Guardians are going anywhere. Yeah, but you're moving to Longbow, right? Leave the Guardian in Airborne. Give the Longbow somewhere, right? Right? Longbow to Striker Cap, right? Jagums to Comanche and Dap, right? Oh shit, I can make the Dap cheap! Oh, I can finally make the Dap a unit I want to use. Also, it may not need to be cheaper because I want to make the game just overall into something where expensive units don't just have to qualify their value in terms of like how much value you can reliably wring out of them in like 3 minutes before they die. A unit like a DAP could actually be useful in a meta where you don't just explode immediately to things outside of your control. That'd be interesting. Anyway, yep. I got like a couple of minutes. Let's do some ladamming. Inkonos says, when you add in another 100 mil of armor to Catrans and Alligator helos, I think they should have 120 mil cannons for free. Yeah, why not? They've earned it, haven't they? STV's game is well made in the UI side here, at least, that it don't have to like put in new 2D assets for this. That's nice. And their stat cards auto-updating. Not every game that you can mod like does this. Like a lot of games, especially older ones, you have to then go change your localization. I'm appreciative of that this game is actually, with this tool now, really fucking easy to mod. It's very what you see is what you get. Great first game to mod, perhaps. For a young operator getting into this kind of game. Hell yeah. Oh, we're gonna make the LARP mod. Fire support. I mean, you can shoot as a treat, right? Sure. They can't see me here because I'm on the edge properly. Alright. Yeah, that's a chunky. Yeah! Alright, I need you to hit that area with the mortar. What the fuck is wrong with you, Gunner? I'm sorry. I just thought I could get drunk last night. I'm so sorry. I'm still a bit hungover. May have gotten too far in a few places. That actually raises the question, like, with dispersion over range, like... I don't think there's gonna be a lever to, like... You know, if you want to have it be, like, more balanced than 900, you can't really do anything about it being fucked at 1800. Math is hard, says Benny. Incredon says bog game. Every mortar man a bog. Obstacle. Yes, I believe the dispersion being this big could be obstacle indeed. Let's go for a 10 salvo. Look at that aim time. I don't know, some people probably see this and go, what the fuck's wrong with him? But I see a mortar, the lightest and fastest of all artillery in this game, taking 16 seconds to get its first shot off after aim, and I go, thank fuck. Milo says you can flatten the dispersion curve as we did it for the grad. I'll have to find out how. Okay, so that was actually a hit on the building, which did a little bit of damage, but not much, which, you know, I won. Everyone says, honestly, that 1 second fire rate with that dispersion may be balanced. I mean, I like that. Look, they're in a building. They're taking a little scratch damage. But I'm not seeing the suppression yet. Let's see that suppression, Lavam. Where's it at? Buildings do give suppression resistance, but I wonder if it's the thing Maud talked about of, like... Because of the way buildings work, the suppression radius thing isn't really, like, working? Or do they just still need more suppression? Is it the dispersion Is it the doubled dispersion is cancelling out the doubled suppression? Because I mean, already the suppression feels completely fucked there in a building, whether it's a weird building interaction. Because that was like 3 direct hits, and they're just like, this is fine. Like, you're on fire. You're literally the meme. Come on, bro. That's not fine at all.
Order ready, sir.
Go again.
Fire coordinates received.
I'll just speed it up to 4 times. Hell yeah, Celimax. Hell yeah. I wonder if you can, like, clone flashbangs to make them into a frag grenade. Because that'd be a way to make close quarters more dangerous as well. Is, like, flashbangs that kill you. Yeah, I mean, that's just not doing no suppression. I need to see someone outside. Hey, go ahead and... whatever, go my mech rifles. Kill.
Shoot. Communicate.
I like how long it's taking on 4 times speed that many units to kill them, honestly. I also really like that. Ah! No! Shit! Fuck! Wait. This game's kind of funny on super speed.
New orders. We lead
Put the guys up. Let's see if it's a building thing. I feel like it's a building thing, but maybe it's wrong.
Sweeping the area.
Okay.
Bend that position.
Rattle him, Rico.
Call for fire.
Yeah, exactly, my wild, exactly. Bong. That just feels like that stress AoE thing is not doing nearly enough. That's not even a building thing. Like, yeah, some of these hits should be doing nothing, but like that one should be. Slow it down. And do like a 10 salvo.
Call for fire received.
Like, I doubled the stress. I know I doubled the dispersion too, but you would still think when a hit when one lands nearby, they would be stressed. I need to get into that buff configs, not just to change this shit with how suppression works, but also look at what the numbers even are for like how high you have to get stressed to get stressed. Exactly, Mawad. Yeah, I do think that'd be cool, honestly. I think it'd be cool. I mean, worst case with the wrong aesthetic, I could just give them tubes. Rather than flashbangs, just give them tubes that have like 100% ignore cover and have like, you know, 50-meter range. I just want to be able to like replace the 2D asset and be like, this is a grenade. But yeah, like that, they should be flashing off that, if nothing else. They're not really taking much damage, which I like. So that's working well there, but... Benny says, isn't part of stress caused by damage taken as well? Probably, but it shouldn't be all of it. Like, there you go. Oh, okay, so we got one hit. I think just the dispersion is like fucking it. Probably. So maybe you gotta bring the dispersion back down. My wife says it should be an entirely separate value under the hood. Yeah, I would have thought so. Here, come a little closer and we can simulate. Great mod developer hours. We can simulate what it would be like if the dispersion was lower again by just coming closer.
Proceeding to the next base of fire.
And I really do gotta go. After this salvo, don't let me keep going. I've gotta get out of here and do stuff.
Relocating. Battery setup here.
Okay. That's still probably a bit big for... But let's see. So now we're like close as fuck. Does seem like the dispersion's gonna be like way overkill here. Okay, it comes in. I don't need to suppress them on their own all the time either. It's just like enough that if it's in a fight, I need like a debug tool that shows me how high their stress is. Because I gotta remember the last time I tested this, I had an ongoing fight, and as Benny's saying, they're recovering faster than they can be applied. Yeah, that is what's happening, by the way. Yes, they are fading stress at all times. So without an ongoing fight, they're just kind of like not that scared. But I do think that a Lav M should be able to put them into flashing even without a fight going on, especially outside of a building. So like, are you on the infinite? Yeah. Yeah, it's really relying on getting those direct hits, which is not ideal. Maybe I have to stress range even more. But, you know, go my mech rifles. I think even the near misses are still doing enough to like help the fight a lot. I like it. Like, this is the kind of game I want to play of this caliber. Though even so, like, I still want to get into that buff config because I think when you're flashing red like this, I just don't want this to be a state that's still combat effective. And the fact that a flashing red mode stroke you have like 2 people or 3 people left, it has like killed the guy in the mech rifles fairly quickly and has already put them down to like approaching 75% HP. It's not really the approach I want to go for. My White says a big part of this is their DR, by the way. On PTE it's harder to suppress, I'm going to keep it suppressed. Oh, wait, are you saying that starting off they have a DR to suppression as well? It's not just damage? Wait, so that means on live, the more suppressed a unit it is, the harder it is to suppress it more? Because the building DR they get from being suppressed makes it harder to suppress them more? That doesn't... Suppression doesn't feel like a mechanic that should get resistance from itself. I don't feel like the damage resistance you get from keeping your head down from the bullets should make you more confident about bullets? I don't know, that's weird. I guess, like, there could be, like, a good thing there, though, of, like, at least it's more intuitive to be like, sure, the more you want to push the suppression to higher heights, it's like a curve, the harder it gets. Milewise says it's just a cover bonus, e.g. DMR is partially ignore it. Okay. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. Like, in one sense, it's kind of amusingly simplified. In the other sense, it's kind of cool that we can use the ignore cover value to get through it. In another sense, not. Like, I like that for certain weapons, like, for instance, the aforementioned frag grenades, or whatever, but I dislike that for then... Even with the curve reverted, machine guns are basically setting you up for their own win condition without needing a assault squad, because the more you suppress a target... No, wait, no, sorry, it's the opposite, it's... No, it's okay, it's actually okay. It's only ignore cover weapons, never mind, I got distracted. No, that's actually good, that's interesting. I just got confused because I'd given M2 Brownings 25% DR, but I don't need to do that. Sorry, 25% ignore cover, but I don't need to do that. Yeah, anyway, we'll call it there for now. But I'm gonna keep working on this. This is my thing I do on the side now. I love it. I fucking love it. This is my thing to do. I gotta get out of here right now, though. There will be no closure. I gotta do credits. I gotta leave. I'm over time by 7 minutes. Let's get out of here. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks again to Little Bad Witch and Nathan for these amazing tools. Thank you so fucking much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so fucking much. It is hard to express in words how good it feels to mod this game after so long wishing I could. And then it's so wonderful. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I want to make that modding Discord. If you want to be part of it, come to my Discord and PM me and ask. And I like that. I like that. I'm just thinking, I like that. I like that DMR is going to have that role of like picking off people in suppression. I like that. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Thanks very much, Ko-Fi, for being the Little Bad Witches and Nathan's Beneath My Wings. Thank you for being the BA modding support beneath my ankles. I don't know why I said ankles. Thank you so much for that. Waiting screen, and let's raid someone. Milewise says, this was great. I'm not biased at all. Hell yeah. I want to do more of that. Let's raid... Remy played Broken Arrow once. Raid Remy. Sure, Raid Remy's been a while, he's on. Raid Remy, also, if anyone wants to playtest this, obviously, when I get it to a state that I actually want to playtest it with others in multiplayer, I will definitely come to the Broken Arrow channel in our Discord, and I will message, hey, who wants to try and get banned by STB? No, who wants to come and try and play anti-cheat disabled scenario battles with me to test if this works, and to test if it's something fun to play together. But I think I can actually use this to make the game into a PvE game I want to play as well, which is also big for me. So I look forward to that too. Anyway, enough yapping for me. Hey, Twitch, thanks Croker for the 81 month sub. Little Bad Witch, thanks for the Prime sub. And Kneeman2476. Very generous. Tier 2 sub for 69 months in a row. Nice. Thank you very, very much. I'll catch you tomorrow. Game plan should be some XCOM Kitchen. Day after, tomorrow and the day after, of course. See you for that. And, bye now, everyone. Say hi to Remy for me, I guess. See ya! Bye-bye!